November the 10th, 2024, and I would like to welcome you guys to the League Wars podcast. So for you guys who are just now viewing this, or you guys that, or I should say, are viewing it after it was pre-recorded, you know what I'm saying? Just to let you guys know that League Wars podcast officially starting October 26th. I just started doing test runs, you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna just give it a second, let some people get in. You gotta take my morning times. Today we're gonna have a debate on the debate. How important it is for VP Harris to win certain votes. Good morning, guys. Welcome. You guys, if y'all been here before, you guys know the drill. I need you guys to jump down in the chat, introduce yourselves. We're gonna have a debate this morning, guys. Good morning. Please introduce yourself as you come in. Guys, you know the debate is this afternoon at 9 p.m. Eastern time on ABC. Very, very, very important. We're going to talk about it this morning. Just wait a few more minutes for people to come in. As you guys come in, would you please introduce yourself so I can know you guys are in the chat? Very interactive. You guys give me just a second. I'll be right back. Good morning, Miss Quinn. How are you doing? Good morning, guys. Good morning. As you guys come in, would you guys please introduce yourself? Insidious Blue, good morning, sir. How's it going? Good morning. As you guys come in, you guys please introduce yourself. Please. I'm about to get started here in a few seconds. So the topic of today's stream, we're going to talk about the debate. The debate is tonight, guys. So I checked some of the polling. The ABC Ipsos poll has Harris up by 5 points. The USA Today's Suffolk poll has Harris up by 5 points as well. But the Rasmussen and the New York Times has Trump up by 2 points, actually. So the real clear polling average, all of the polls together, the national average, Harris is up by 2 points, 49 to 27. In the battleground states, though, it's business as usual, with Pennsylvania being the decided state as it stands, where it's a statistical tie, 47.6 to 47.6. Larry, what's up, man? How are you doing, my brother? You know what I'm saying? You guys, welcome to the chat. So Donald Trump has consistently outperformed the polls by margins of as large as 9 points, like he did in Wisconsin in 2020. If we consider the 2016 and the 2020 elections, in my personal opinion, at this time, Donald Trump will pull out an ever so close victory if the election was held today. And the battleground states is the same story, with Harris's largest lead in the average of polls is in Michigan, where she leads Trump by less than 2 points, 48.3 to 47.1. I predict that Harris would need at least a 7-point lead nationally to pull this off. The race is too close. And if you look at the polling history and data, that bodes well for Mr. Trump on election night. I think VP Harris' political future might hinge on this debate. This is just my personal opinion. What you guys thinking? So, banking IT researcher says Harris Trump. Yeah, I'm just going over some information, sir. Welcome to the stream. Data says you look like under the bed. Okay, guys. You guys, if y'all want to put y'all's thoughts about the upcoming debate tonight, please put them in the chat. You know what I'm saying? I'm just going over some data. Please introduce yourselves as you come in here. So, Do the Thug Shake says, how are you guys doing? Okay, so look, once again, I think that VP Harris' political future might depend on this debate tonight. That's my opinion. I really do. Thing is, people know what to expect from Donald Trump, not as much for VP Harris. If Harris makes any major errors or underperforms, I think that she will get a negative first impression from the voting bloc that doesn't want to vote for Trump, but doesn't know enough about her to vote for her. What you guys think? Y'all keep telling me what y'all think. I'll get to the comments in just a second. So my keys to victory. Harris needs to get Trump angry while staying focused. I think her goal should be to paint Trump as an angry, untrustable madman. Harris also needs to come across as likable. She should continue to be the joy candidate. And finally, Harris needs to come across as knowledgeable and strong on the issues. Trump has already coined her as crazy Kamala and dumb, so she doesn't need to play into his strategy. Does that make sense to you guys? If he's telling all the voters that she is dumb and she's crazy, you see what I'm saying? They're going to see her live on the stage tonight. So I wrote Donald Trump's keys to victories. Number one for me, for Donald Trump, don't fall for the hokey doke, man. Harris will attempt to get Trump rattled. He needs to stay poised and he needs to stay on message. Politely press her on the record. This is key. He needs to press her on her record. How he does that? Although she is vice president, Trump has been president before. So Trump needs to make her appear as if she's not ready to lead. Does that make sense to you guys? And stay focused on the issues. This is the Achilles heel of Mr. Trump, as we all know. If he stays focused on the issues, I believe he'll have a really, really good night. If he's just calm and he just argues her on the issues, I think he could have a good night. From watching the polls in which Harris first coming into the race, y'all remember Harris first jumped into the race, she was slightly trailing Mr. Trump. And then she went from slightly trailing Trump to taking a lead. And then if you look at the polls, they're super tight right now. You see what I'm saying? That lead is shrinking at best. You know what I'm saying? So I think the weight of the world is on VP Harris's shoulders tonight to significantly stand out, outmaneuver him, outperform him due to the momentum of the race swinging back into his favor. So guys, you hear me say it. You know what I'm saying? Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the League Wars podcast. I'm finna jump in the comments. I want to make it clear that you guys are hearing me say it. In my opinion, you see what I'm saying? The momentum has shifted back to Donald Trump. Donald Trump consistently outperforms the polls. For example, in 2020, okay, in Wisconsin, in 2020, Trump was trailing by 9 points. Okay, that's not how the election turned out, though. You see what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. He constantly underperforms the polls. Right now, Harris is only leading by 2 points nationally. 2 points, guys. She's leading nationally by 2 points. You know what I'm saying? So think about this, guys. So Harris was below Trump when she first came into the race. She caught him. She passed him up. She topped out about 4 points. Is back down to 2 points. So what that's telling me is her momentum is leveling out. You see what I'm saying? So tonight is very, very, very critical. I want to say one more thing, guys, if y'all give me a second, and I'm going to get into the comments, excuse me. So on the economy, according to the Financial Times University of Michigan poll conducted in August, 42% say there'll be financially better off under a second Trump presidency compared to 33% who says the same about Harris. Think about that. You see what I'm saying? 42% to 33% says they'll be better off financially under a second Trump presidency. To me, that is huge. All that tells me is if he stays focused on those issues, if he can do that in tonight's debate, I think he'll have a good night. Recent Gallup data shows that 33% of Americans view economic issues as the most important issue. So that's a third of the electorate, okay, that view the economic issues as the most important issues. And that tells the whole story. 33% of the voters, and out of those, and out of all of the voters, he's leading by 9 points on the economy. So what you guys think? Who you guys got tonight for the debate? You know what I'm saying? You got Harris or you got Trump? Put it in the chat. If you got VP Harris, put a K. If you got Donald Trump, put a T. Who you honestly think is going to win the debate? Excuse me. Don't just say that, oh, I'm voting for Trump, so he must win the debate. If you vote for Trump, but you think that Harris is a litigator, she's a skilled debater, then put a Harris. That doesn't mean that you're going to vote for Harris because you think that, you know what I'm saying, she'll win the debate. So who you guys think is going to win the debate tonight? That's the question. Harris or Trump? I'm finna get into the comments. So let's see. I'm trying to scroll up, so I'm going to be a little bit behind you guys, okay, when I start reading. A City is Blue, okay, says, isn't the opposite way. Do the Thug Shake says, I personally think you should do the Thug Shake. What's the third? So Mike Farrell says, right, I can't believe anybody is plugging for that idiocy. John Rice says, say no to camel toe. Banking IT researcher says, how about Trump? I wonder your opinion, and more Harris, I don't mind who. Like banking IT researchers, I'm not sure who you're talking about. Lucy Cat, I see you. Mike Farrell says, that's funny. Insidious Blue, I see you. So Mike Farrell says, my guy is going completely objective and y'all are done. I'm trying to. You see what I'm saying? Like, look, Mike, I'm just saying, looking at the polling data, okay? When she came into the race, she was trailing him. She was doing better than Biden. She was trailing him. She got the lead up to 4 points, okay? So from the lead going up to 4 points, you see what I'm saying? It's down to 2 points. So that's telling me that the momentum is shifting in the race. You know what I'm saying? And that looks good for Trump. We also know that Trump, historically, he outperforms the polls. So if that's correct this year, if Trump nationally is trailing by 2 points, then that means that he's in actuality winning. Does that make sense? If Trump consistently, okay, outperforms the polls, and right now he's trailing by 2 points, that means this race nationally is a dead heat. All of the battleground states she's leading in, she's not leading any battleground state by more than 2 points. So if everything considered, you see what I'm saying, how it generally goes, if Trump is actually trailing her by 2 points compared to how he usually performs in the election, bro, I'm just being real. Go look at 2016. Go look at 2020. Trump always outperforms the polls. So if he's losing by less than 2 points in every battleground state, objectively, looking at the past elections, it looks like currently, if the election was held tonight, he would be a winner. You know what I'm saying? That's just my opinion. So Tammy Stroman, how are you doing? The person who speaks in the most coherent sentences wins, Harris. I agree with that, Tammy, and that was my keys to victory. But unfortunately, Tammy, that like Trump has not spoken in coherent sentences since he has been a candidate. Am I telling the truth or am I lying? But I'm saying, how has that stopping him? I don't think the voters really care if what he says, what he does. I'm talking about the people that's going to vote for him. The independent voters, I think they do care, but I think they're kind of unsure about Harris. Tell me if I'm right or if I'm wrong. Because the people who would not vote for Trump, you see what I'm saying? Like, if all of those people are just flocking to Harris, then she should have a clear lead, which she doesn't. She got up to a 4-point lead on him. It's back down to 2. And if we know how Donald Trump, like I continue to say, how he outperforms the polls, then in my opinion, right now, it just looks like, Trump might have an advantage. Sorry, guys, I'm behind on your comments. I'm going to try to get to all of them or as many as I can. So John Rice says, Trump 2024. How you doing, Mr. Rice? Owen says, Wiener takes all. And I really believe that. That's like a funny comment that you made, but I really believe that. I believe that could be for Harris. You see what I'm saying? Because I think if she underperforms or she has a bad performance, like she's not going to do like Biden did, of course. But I'm saying if the results are kind of the same, the Democrats can't go pull another candidate. You see what I'm saying? If Trump does the same thing, like to her, kind of as he done to Biden, if she has a bad night tonight, you know what I'm saying? Because right now the polls are getting closer together, okay? So banking IT researcher says that seems like the Trump versus Hillary. Yeah, like it really does. If you look at the polling numbers, though, banking IT researcher, she's not doing as well in the polls at this point as Hillary Clinton was in 2016 at this point. You see what I'm saying? So for Democrats, that could definitely be a cause for concern. He also says, I don't know who will win the 2024 election. Is so hard. I agree with that. It's really close. It's really close. But I think we are in a pivotal moment for VP Harris. Very pivotal. I think if she doesn't make huge strides, you know what I'm saying? I think she needs to make huge strides. If that's doing interviews, I'm not sure what she needs to do, but she needs to widen that lead. Because where that lead is right now, in my personal opinion, I just think if the election was held today, if you look at the history, you would have to say that Trump will win this election. You know what I'm saying? That's being unbiased. So Angelo Maximus, how you doing? Glad to rejoin us. Says, I believe Trump would destroy Kamala on that debate stage. You know what's crazy to me is how hard VP Harris has been practicing, and Trump, I ain't practice. Practice what? I don't need no practice. I don't need no teleprompter, all that kind of stuff. And the guy is a very formidable debater. Think about that. To never have been in politics before and just to step into politics, right? And then start debating these career-long politicians, these people who've been in politics their whole life with little practice or little everything, and to be as successful as he is, man, I really, he's a hard candidate to beat. So Grant says, Trump, how you doing, Grant? Angel Reed says, Trump train, how you doing, Miss Angel? Mike Farrell says, well, he was convicted by a kangaroo court. Leave that comment. I'm saying convicted by a kangaroo court. I mean, we can say that. I don't think, Mike, it was really the court. I think it was the charges that they brought against him, but not necessarily the charges. It's just when they brought the charges, it looks very suspect. So Orthodox Voyage says Trump. Ed G says Trump. How are all of you guys doing? You guys, welcome to the Legal Wars podcast. I thank you guys for joining us. So Kelly says, Danny, please take this serious. Danny says, advice for America, vote for anyone who isn't APEC. Dirty Money says, vote not binary. Dude, Dirty Money, I love you guys who make those kind of comments. You know what I'm saying? Just real quick to the point, just like a one-liner. So let's see. I'm not trying to leave anybody's comments that I haven't read before. Alton Thomas says Trump all the way. Paul, how you doing, Mr. Paul? I remember you, sir. He says Trump is going to squash Kamala tonight. Man, VP Harris cannot afford for that to happen. You guys who's just joining me, I was talking about how Harris started this race. She was down to Trump. Then she evened it up with him. Harris got up to 4 points past Trump, and now she's down to 2 points. There's polls that have Trump ahead of Harris right now nationally. Okay, if you look at Biden's numbers and Hillary's numbers, bro, that is a very scary thought for Democrats. So they really have to get to work if they really want to win this election. So Tyler Cooley says Trump 100%. How you doing, Tyler? Welcome to the League Wars podcast. That's PAXIPHER says Trump 2024. Kamala's going to fail. Thank you for your opinion. Let me see who else I haven't called. So Jim says Trump, baby. He's more powerful, engaged speaker. Like he's a very, very engaged, powerful speaker. I agree. Mossy says, hi from England. Hi, Mossy. How are you doing? Says, so ignore my ignorance. I'm planning on staying up for the debate. Will this just be a tone of posturing, or will there be a genuine look into policy? I believe tonight listen, guys, listen to me. When you guys said that Harris didn't have to do a primary, remember when you guys said that? People are thinking that like she got lucky or that helps her. I think it's just the opposite. I think that hurts her. You know why? Because a lot of the American voters, they still don't know anything about her. She's vice president. They don't know anything about her. So they're going to tune in and they're going to be listening. They're going to be looking. You better believe after Trump put that pressure on them ABC moderators, they're going to ask her tough questions. That's just point blank serious. If she doesn't come across like as a well-polished, seasoned politician that's ready to take the oath and to be the president of the United States, I think it could be a disaster for the Democrats because people know what they're going to get with Trump. Listen, guys, I already said this earlier, okay? So this is in August. According to the Financial Times University of Michigan poll that was conducted in August, 42% of the electorate say they'll be financially better off with a second Trump presidency compared to 33% who said that about Harris. Now we're into September. The numbers could have closed up a little bit. But what I'm saying is I'm talking about the voters, not the economists, not the people who can break down the numbers. I'm talking about the voters. The voters generally think that things would be better under Trump economically, okay? And that's 33% of the people that's voting. So that's huge. So regardless of Trump's whatever, him spazzing out, him saying things, or him doing whatever, he still has his same voting block, okay? They're loyal. He's probably not going to lose them, okay? So Harris has a certain percentage, I would say, or a certain group of the voting block. You see what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is there's a lot of voters, there's a lot of Americans who are unsure about Harris and what Harris brings to the table. They're unsure about it. And when someone is usually unsure on voting day, when they go in the booth, they're going to say, hey, well, with Trump, look, he's already got, I could see if he's running for president again and the voters don't feel the way they do about his economic policies. But the voters think highly of Trump's economic policies. So if they're ever for some reason unsure about Harris, guess who they're probably going to vote for? You see what I'm saying? They're probably going to vote for the one that they're sure about. Who you going to vote for? You're going to vote for, I'm not talking about the Democrats. The Democrats going to support who they're going to support. Republicans going to support who they're going to support. I'm talking about the people deciding the election. Undecided voters, the independents, okay? So if you're unsure right now at this point about who you're going to vote for, I can almost guarantee you tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern, you're going to have ABC on and you're going to be watching this debate, okay? And if you're watching this debate tonight, you see what I'm saying? And you're unsure about who you're voting for, and if Harris underperforms, you know what I'm saying? So, guys, I'm sorry. I'm going to get back into you guys' comments. It's 258 people in here. So, you guys, excuse me if I don't get everyone's comments. I'll try to get everyone's comments I can, okay? So, William John says Trump 100%. Is that E3 says her following is manufactured? Why do you say that, E3? You see what I'm saying? And what proof would you have to say that? John Doe says Kamala's going to have an earpiece in. You think so? And if she has an earpiece in, John Doe, who is she going to be talking to? So Kenwood 709 says debate tonight. Let's go. I know all my political people, my political fans, bro, they're so excited. This debate is so consequential. It is so consequential. You might hear this a lot. When Trump debated Biden, okay, was that consequential? Look what happened. People just saying, oh, it's another presidential debate. They're not really paying attention. Bro, Trump debated Biden. We see how it turned out. That was very consequential. And I think the same thing's going to apply for tonight because voters do not know a lot about Harris. What do we know about her immigration policies? We're starting to hear little pieces of it, but we don't know a whole lot. You see what I'm saying? What do we know about her foreign policies? There are going to be questions that we're not even thinking about what she would do in Afghanistan. What she would do in Ukraine, like what she would do with Israel. The moderator's going to ask her those questions. And we know Donald Trump, he's going to be over there throwing darts at her. That's just how he gets down. So I'm saying that if she underperforms or if she doesn't make Americans feel secure with her being commander in chief, you know what I'm saying? I think it could be a bad night for the Dems. I really do. So Largemouth Hunter says, KT, you also need to know why they go up. I want to get some Harris supporters in here. I want to see what you guys' opinion is about it. So KT says we need living wages, rent goes up, food goes up, so should our income. You hear what the KT's saying? That's what a lot of Trump supporters, they say these kind of things. You see what I'm saying? That's why I think it is imperative that she does a really good job tonight. So David Rogers says, what does the polls mean? They could easily be stacked to favor one candidate or the other. Look, this is the thing about this, David, and I spoke about that earlier. That is very true. But do you think the polls have never been stacked? Dating back to 2016, they have never been stacked to favor Donald Trump. That's facts. Guys, you guys who come in here daily, you guys know me. This is coming from a person who is an independent who's saying that if the election was today, he would vote for Harris. But I'm going to give you the facts. If you look at the facts, okay, 2016, 2020, Donald Trump outperformed the polls every single time, okay? He outperforms them every time. So if I'm leading by 1.5 points, yes, I would be tremendously worried if I was a Democrat. So let's see. Luke says, I live in Utah. I've gotten texts and calls asking me to register my new address in Vegas. I never lived in Nevada. What do you think is happening? I'm not sure, sir, but I'm saying if you care about stuff like that, you always could report that. So I'm going to keep going. So Road Show says Trump 2024. The God Hand Dimension says she hasn't practiced anything, dude. You're delusional. Stop promoting those lies. Okay, sir, we don't do that in this chat, sir. So I'm sorry you're having a bad morning. You know what I'm saying? But we're going to continue with the business at hand. So Angelo says Trump 2024 all the way. I hear that. So Mike Farrell says we need to promote this dude. Mike, I appreciate you, sir. You know what I'm saying, man? Like, I get it from both ends. You know what I'm saying? Yesterday, you know what I'm saying? I was talking about economic policies, you know what I'm saying? So I was getting it from the Trump people. Today, I'm just being honest with you guys, bro. It's like Trump outperforms the polls. If you go to Harris's campaign strategists, the chief strategist in the room, okay, who's crunching the numbers, and you ask them honestly, they will tell you, every last one of them will tell you that Trump outperforms the polls every time. So if a candidate is leading by 1.5 points and he's going to outperform the polls, I'm saying, can you be sure about that? No, you cannot. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, looking at the new data that I've seen today, knowing that Trump outperforms the polls, seeing that the margins are closening, they're getting closer. Harris was leading by 4 points nationally. She's only leading by 2 points now. You see what I'm saying? Looking at that data, in my opinion, if the election was held today, I just think that Trump will eke out a win. Harris's margin needs to be like Hillary's was, and she still lost, but it needs to be like 7 points or more. It needs to be like Biden's was. It needs to be like 9 points. You seeing that margin at 2 points, 4 points, anything under 6 points, you see what I'm saying? That bodes very well for Trump according to recent history, okay? So All right, I'm gonna jump back down. I'm trying to get you guys, all you guys comments that I can. So Bad Mako said it absolutely baffles me that people support Trump's all things considered. Thank you for that comment, sir. Like, I mean, it's just the way it's just what you care about personally. You see what I'm saying? A lot of people care about pocketbook issues personally. What I tend to find out from, you know what I'm saying, this isn't a political side, this is just my opinion. You know what I'm saying? From watching politics. Like that happened with Bill Clinton, man. Bill Clinton in his 40s, you see what I'm saying? He had oral sex with Monica Lewinsky in the Oval Office, and she was 19, and he still won a re-election. So Bad Mako, it just seems like the American people, they tend to care more about whether or not the president can effectively do his job than his moral character. And I mean, that sounds harsh, but it's just facts. You know what I'm saying? They think if I vote for Trump, like my life is going to improve drastically immediately, then I mean, like, they really don't care about his moral character. For a lot of voters, that doesn't matter. Jeffrey says, Caitlin Clark got president. Golden Dragon says, I practice black magic. William John says, Trump will bring change. William, you think so? And William, will you please care to expound on that? What kind of change he would bring? You talking about like Project 2025? Will he bring positive or negative change? U.S. flagpole guy says, I drove on vacation over 2,300 miles total. One sign for Biden, one for Harris, thousands for Trump. So U.S. flagpole guy, I would love to know what area of the country you was in. I'm saying if you was in like red states, you know what I'm saying, that tends to happen. So Arcados the Mighty says she's claiming I'm not sure what that means. Cubiano 1986 says that's because you only watch MSNBC and don't take the time to think critically. Yes, we need to think critically. The people on Harris's team needs to think critically right now. I'm telling you. Listen to what I'm saying, bro. Like, you guys don't understand. This is September the 10th. So you got what? 60 days or less until the election, bro. And look at 2016. Bro, it's like Hillary Clinton 2.0. Tell me if I'm lying. I'm talking about Harris people. You guys need to be scared. It looks like Hillary Clinton 2.0. Like everybody, tell me in 2016, go ahead and lie to me. And in 2016, tell me you didn't think Hillary's going to win the election in September. This same point in September, who did not think that Hillary was going to win that election? Everyone did. She was winning at all the polls, and we see the results. Joe Biden still was winning by 9 points. He didn't win that election by that large of a margin. So what I'm saying, if Harris is only beating him by 2 points, if you look at the last two elections, what happened? I mean, what would you assume that would happen in this election? Why would this election be any different? So Insidious Blue says, Harris, you got this. I really hope so, man. I think the Dems need to change their strategy. A lot of that going to Georgia, going to Arizona, going to in my opinion, you need to cut that short. You see what I'm saying? It looks pretty going on TV going to Georgia, but in my opinion, they're not going to win Georgia. They're not going to win Arizona. Nevada, they really can win. But if they don't win Pennsylvania, she will not be president. And in Pennsylvania, they are tied, dead even. You have an extremely popular Democratic governor in Pennsylvania. Okay, we're going to get to that later. So Kenwood 709 says, watch the debate and not a digest of it, and then try and support Kamala afterwards. To me, Kenwood, is just about the policies. You know what I'm saying? It's all about the policies. Immigration policy, many of the people who always in here, you guys know this. Immigration policy, I'll give it to Trump, hands down. To me, VP Harris, she needs to pivot all the way to the center. On that debate stage, she needs to say that I'm going to close the border or something. You know what I'm saying? But you risk the alienating your base. Those Democrats, like the liberals, they're going to be upset about that. But I'm saying, to me, she needs to pivot to the center. Immigration, I believe on immigration, he'll beat her. Economic policies, you see what I'm saying? Like, I like her economic policies better, You see what I'm saying? But if you're talking about what the voters think that Trump is better on the economy. That's facts. So on the economy, he beats her. You get the drift? Like a lot of okay, so abortion and those type of issues are like voting blocks. Like women like probably are going to support Harris because of certain issues like that. But I'm saying if you look at the entire map and the entire electorate, if he stick on the issues, he's probably because he outposed her in a lot of the issues. You know what I'm saying? And you looking at a national poll is taking into account his character and the things he's saying that Harris is not black. The polls are taking that into account. And he's still only down by 2. I mean, a week or 2 ago, he was down by 4. Now he's down by 2. Y'all get the drift? So say if she comes in this debate and she bums this debate, then next week he'll be up by 2. How did she ever catch him? You see what I'm saying? Like, so this is her moment. Guys, tonight is Harris's moment. Guys, I think tonight can decide the election. I think to me, Trump has less to lose because everyone knows Donald Trump already. They already know him. So I think he has less to lose. I think she has everything to lose. She has to outperform him. She has to make him look like an unhinged madman. Like if he gets back in the White House, we're going to have chaos. That's how she has to, just stick in the talking points and just, you know what I'm saying, having just a bland ABC debate. I don't think she moves the needle. And I'm trying to figure out how is she going to move the needle because she needs to move the needle. That 2-point lead she has right now, if the election was held today, and I know the Harris people might not like this, but this should be a wake-up call. If the election was held today, Donald Trump would win this election. That's just how I'm feeling. I just feel he will. He outperforms the polls every single time. The pollsters have never polled precisely and correctly when Donald Trump has been in an election. He outperforms the polls. Even when he lost to Joe Biden, he outperformed the polls. That's what I'm saying. He outperformed the polls against Clinton, okay? And she was leading by a way wider margin. And what happened? She still lost. So why wouldn't he outperform the polls in 2024? And if you only beating him by 2 points and he outperforms the polls, do the math. You see what I'm saying? So I'm saying if she doesn't really do something spectacular today, then how are you going to get the margins wider? Just by campaigning? You see what I'm saying? So let's see. Guys, I'm way behind on your comments. I'm sorry about that. So Starburp, I see you in the chat. Let's see. David Clucky says Trump over Harris. Like I tell anyone that complains about how this country is ran, if you don't vote, don't complain. David, I agree with you 1,000%. That is our civic duties. We have 204 American voters in this stream right now. We're all having a conversation about a very consequential election. So yes, it is our civic duty. So let's see. Kenwood 709 says, I'd rather have an unlikable strong man spot me than a likable weakling. I wouldn't necessarily say she's a weakling, man. You know what I'm saying? That's just me personally. But the unlikable strong man, Kenwood, it's not necessarily about just being a strong man. I think it's about people being afraid that Donald Trump is going to do things that, you know what I'm saying, we seen the last time he was in the White House. Just chaos. Like Black Lives Matter, cities burning, like Capitol Hill getting overrun. I think that's what people are afraid of. So one of her keys to victory is just to paint him as a madman. You see what I'm saying? So Christopher Martin says, Tampon Timmy. I'm sorry, Chris, I missed that, man. I want to see that so bad, guys. I'm so far behind on the comments, but I'll be trying to read all you guys' comments, okay? So I see Kenny. Kenny says Kamala already admitted to taking away, I think he means our First and Second Amendment. The presidential touch says that's why we're not a democracy, we are a republic. That is absolutely correct. I mean, a lot of people don't understand that or don't know that, but I mean, you could, it's easily researchable. So Randall Holmes says, what policies were Trump and act to change things around media immediately? So Randall, I think you're asking what policies would Trump enact to change things around immediately. I'm not exactly sure. You know what I'm saying? Like you're saying to that he would enact when he first gets in the White House. I'm not sure. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that there's that big of a problem with the way things are in America. This is just my opinion, guys, to where it's like something to where you could, well, maybe on the border. You know what I'm saying? Maybe those immigration policies, you know what I'm saying? But I think you could go to Donald Trump's website and he'll tell you the things on his website, what he's going to do on day one. So Dale says, if he says, you know what I'm saying again, everyone should leave. Okay, Dale. Then it says Trump should be in prison, not the White House. A lot of people do believe that, Dennis, but that's unfortunately, that's not what's happening. He has a very strong chance. Listen to me now. He has a very strong chance of becoming the 47th president of the United States. So LRD Mobile RV says, describe the change you desire seeing. Hold on a second. I'm sorry, guys. So he says, describe the change you desire seeing without using any political names such as persons and parties. What you mean? The change that I want to see? I want to see what I would like to see is like helping the poor people. Like I really want to see that, like people that are left behind, not just for those poor people. I think just acts of love and acts of compassion would, like, you know what I'm saying, help our society. Like there's other things that I want to see. I want to see like a stronger, like a stronger foreign policy, you know what I'm saying? What else would I like to see? Man, there's a lot of different things that I would like to see in America. But I mean, overall, man, America's still the world's only superpower. America still got the world's largest economy. America still got the world's strongest military. So, you know what I'm saying? Another thing, like the debt, the national debt. I think that, you know what I'm saying, the debt is too high. So I think they should do things to with the debt, you know what I'm saying? So there's several things that a candidate can do to, you know what I'm saying, change the things. But that was a really good question. Very, 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 very good question, LRD. So Steven Swords, I think I've seen him in here before. He said it doesn't matter who's in office. If you don't put Jesus back in America, it will not change. And Stephen, you are 1,000% right. People think that Jesus is just, you know, you say something about Jesus, everybody leave, people start laughing, but you got to understand what that represents. Jesus represents good. So if you take away the good, you're going to have to fill that vacuum with something else. And usually if he remove good, you know, it's going to go in his place a whole lot of bad. Travis says Trump is going to be 80 years old. He's old as Joe. He's just slightly more coherent. I agree with that. I think a lot of the problem with Donald Trump, though, I think he's under a whole lot of pressure, man. Real talk. I think Trump's under a lot of pressure, man. All those charges, he's got election coming up. Like, they trying to take money from. I just think he's got, you know what I'm saying, and the weight of the world is on his shoulders. He knows if he doesn't win this election that he probably will do some jail time. Philly Opal and Jim says not only would our life be much better under Trump, it would be much, much worse under Harris. I would like it, Philly, if you can show me some proof of that, or if that's just your opinion. I respect your opinion and thank your opinion. So Josh's Goldie says, let's go Trump, Michigan. You know what I'm saying? Bro, like you saying Michigan, to see Harris, her largest lead in Michigan is less than 2 points. That's astonishing to me. That really is astonishing to me, bro. I'm telling you, like there should be red flags everywhere in that Harris campaign, everywhere. Once you get past tonight, if you do a good job and you win the debate, I mean, what's going to happen with the polls? Let's say it goes back up 2 points. So you're back up to that 4 points that you just was at like a week or two ago. So once you get up to that 4 points, there's no more debate. How do you move the needle from that point against Donald Trump? How do you move the needle? You see what I'm saying? All those things she's not doing, that is hurting her. Like not doing those interviews or calling in to Travis Smiley, I think radio show she called into, where you have a bunch of people on there that's already voting for you. Her not doing those interviews. Bro, if I was running, listen to me. You guys listen to me. Campaign strategies. This is critical thinking. If I was running Harris's campaign, she would do an interview on Fox News tomorrow. Fox News. Yes, she would. That's just how I would do it. Because if it looks like you're protecting her, that she can't handle it, then the American, it's like something that's unspoken. They're in the back of their mind. They're thinking if she can't handle tough questions in the interview, how could she handle the White House? You see what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, me personally, if I was on her campaign, I would, because how are you going to move the needle after this debate? That's my question. She started in the race behind him. She had all that momentum. She raised all that money. She done passed them up. And then you plateau at 4 points. And then it's back down to 2 points. That's what I'm saying. Because Hillary Clinton was like at what, 6 points? And she still lost. So I'm saying, like, how is she going to pull away from him? Maybe the Harris campaign got an October surprise that we don't know about. But I'm saying from where it stands right now, like, it looks really well for Donald Trump. So Kenny says, I'm in England. Is that Simon? Simon 434 says a president can't do his job. If he have to fight the House or Senate for everything, we're going to talk about that this Friday. We're going to talk about that. Because even if Donald Trump doesn't win the election, down ballot, the Republicans going to, listen, I think the Republicans going to take the Senate. I really do. I think they're going to hold the House. So if Trump gets elected, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think the Republicans are going to control the House and the Senate. That's just me personally. I think everything up there is going to be red. I think they're going to paint DC red. That's just my opinion. So it is very important. It is critical for the balance of power, for the people who are scared of Trump's a second presidency. It is critical that Harris put them cleats on and start digging in, bro. You can't wait to put the Obamas on the campaign trail in the late October. In my opinion, that's going to be too late. In my opinion, I would start doing that now. Early voting starts like now, doesn't it? Am I lying, guys? How far away we are to early voting? A week? 2 weeks? Some states might have already started. You know what I'm saying? You guys let us know in the chat. So I'm saying, like, some of these people are going to go in the voting booth and they're going to cast their vote. You see what I'm saying? So I think a lot of things that they might have planned for closer to the election, I think this election is going to be decided before Election Day. I really do. I really do. I think Biden against Trump, there's a lot of Americans like, I don't want to vote for either candidate. But if they had to, Trump was going to win that election. They insert Harris. They don't really know nothing about Harris. So in my opinion, that seems like that's still leaning towards Trump. So that's what I'm saying. Winner takes all strategy. That's why I named the stream what I did. Because if she doesn't win, you see what I'm saying? If Trump wins, we saw what happened last time when Trump won. And I'm saying if she underperforms, you see what I'm saying? It just really might not be good. So Woody Harrelson says, let me get book readers for all classes, sex ed for 3-year-olds right away. Yeah, I don't agree with the Democrats at all about that. I've stated that a lot. Ricky Martin says, whoa, bro, why are you saying that, Ricky? Amy Ballard says, I live in Michigan. No Harris signs, tons of Trump signs. That is not a good sign. Okay. So Mike Farrell says, love Michigan, all but the cities are Trump. That's not a good sign. So Juan Dalgadillo says Trump 2024. How are you doing, sir? Ellie Belly says Trump 2024. Guys, I try to read all you guys' comments. You guys know that if y'all been here before. So Dennis says change Trump would bring, but not good change. So Dennis, it seems like you're one of the few Democrats in here. Would you expound in the chat, man? We're having a debate. It's a debate tonight, guys. We're having a debate right now. Dennis, get in the chat, man. Just stand up for Harris. Tell us why the change wouldn't be good with Donald Trump. So Future Bassmaster says hashtag Trump. Mike Farrell says everywhere, anywhere people warn their own money is red. Anywhere people need government assistance and more of it is blue. You really think that, Mike? You see what I'm saying? Like people who, I think you meant to say people who earn their own money is red. I think that's what you're saying. So let's see. Squeak says, sending greetings from Bikini Bottom Unk. How you doing, Squeaks? Hope you're doing good, my brother. Daniel H said, voted Trump in 2016. I thought Hillary won. Was shocked when Trump won. And that's a very good point, Daniel. And that's what I'm saying right now. If you go back and look at the polls, September the 10th of 2024, Hillary was leading Trump 5-6 points. In those states, like in Michigan, I think I seen she was up by like 7 points. Harris's largest lead in a battleground is in Michigan, and it's like 1.4 points. You see what I'm saying? Like that, you thinking that, well, the poll says that she's winning, she's gonna win. Nah, you gotta look at Trump's history. Trump outperforms them polls every time. He taught us that in 2016. Okay, now with Joe Biden won, but Joe Biden nationally was leading like 9 points in the poll. It looked like it was gonna be a blowout. And that race was closer than we thought it would be. Trump outperforms in the polls. Trump outperforms the polls. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. So her leading by 2 points nationally, especially when the lead's not growing, the lead is shrinking, tonight is critical. Okay? A lot of American voters do not know her, and she is the vice president. It's very critical, guys. So, let's see. B Swell 513 says they're way too liberal, bro. What you mean, the Democrats? Or you mean like Biden and Harris? Mike Farrell says, I went to bed sad in 2016, completely worried for the safety of our nation. I woke up pleasantly surprised and had faith in our nation. Yeah, Mike, but going to bed worried about the safety of our nation in 2016 is completely different than in 2024. Because we seen what happened when Trump was in the White House in 2024. And even though he's doing well in the economy, the economic issues, on conservative issues, he has a lot of support, regardless of what he says and what he does. There's a great segment of the population who is afraid of him becoming president again because of the things that they did see that happened. You see what I'm saying? In 2021. So, let's see. Slack God says, bring in more Latinas. I mean, it's not wrong with bringing in Latinas. It's not wrong with bringing in any race. We just want them to do it legally. That's the only thing. You see what I'm saying? Like, I think like there's probably a middle ground for that, for immigrations, to where you can help people who need the help, but not overflood our cities. You see what I'm saying? We'll talk about that another time, though. We're just mainly focusing on the debate right now. Christopher Martin says Harris is running on hope, but running on hope actually is nothing. Hope that we forget the last 4 years. Running on hope, I don't think it's nothing wrong with that. Barack Obama ran on hope. Jesus' whole message was hope. Like, what's wrong with hope? You see what I'm saying? I think that's a good thing to run on. So Lower Kitty says California for Harris. Yeah, all them blue states voting for Harris. Pig Daddy, how you doing, my brother? He says, what policies that Harris has voiced do you support? What policies? The main policy is her economic policies. You see what I'm saying? Listen, I don't think it's necessarily about the policies that Harris has voiced that I support, or it's about the policies that the Republican Party has clashed onto, and it's those trickle down economics. You see what I'm saying? Like if you got a Republican who is more moderate, like I said before, like a Nikki Haley or maybe like a Liz Cheney, who doesn't latch on, she's a conservative or he's a conservative, you know what I'm saying? But they're not latching on to like those tax cuts. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I would be like more prone or more, I'm gonna lean towards that candidate. But because of Trump, like in my opinion, like just picking up the Bush tax cuts, I don't know why, because Bush or Cheney or any of that segment of the Republican Party doesn't support Trump. But Trump picking up those tax cuts like that and holding them to his chest, I think that's the biggest thing that got me not supporting Trump. So let me see. I'm trying to see somebody I hadn't got to yet. Ellie Belly says, you like Harris' economic policies. You're not a serious man. That's just my opinion, Ellie. That's like that's the same thing as me saying that you like Trump's economic policies. You're not a serious woman or man. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's just an opinion. So Menace to Society says tax on tips. No, we don't need no tax on tips. I'm glad both of those candidates did what they did. So Demonstrous says Trump 2024. Chad says, imagine thinking voting changes anything. Well, Chad, it's going to be that one time that we don't vote that will change everything. You see what I'm saying? Think about that in Germany pre-Hitler. Just think about that, okay? Just think about that. It's going to be that one time that we think that and we don't vote that it will change everything. Because what I'm saying is I'm not hating on Trump. You know what I'm saying? This is a Trump day. You know what I'm saying? I'm being objective. We did Harris Day yesterday. We doing a Trump day today. That debate tonight. You know what I'm saying? I'm being objective. But if Trump like was the person that the Democrats say that he is, and he's going to try a dictatorship or destroy the country or whatever like that, you know what I'm saying? Then that election does matter. You see what I'm saying? It's the collective group of us what makes us strong. We the people, 330 million, 340 million together. If you isolate one person that says, hey, my vote don't matter, yeah, that's true. So start counting all the people, take out all the babies who can't vote. So start counting the people that says that their vote don't matter. You see what I'm saying? So if you're saying your vote don't matter, your vote won't matter. You know what I'm saying? But if you one of the 200 million or so Americans who will vote, their votes did matter, because they actually, the group of them, a certain segment of them actually did elect the president. You know what I'm saying? And the president matters. They enact economic policies that affect you daily. It matters. It does matter. Y'all seen inflation? Y'all seen what happened with inflation? Where everything went through the roof, gas went through the roof, everything. And I'm not, Democrats said this because of the COVID. So I'm not hating on Democrats. But I'm saying, you guys remember inflation? Those things affect you personally. You know what I'm saying? Like, and depending on the party or the candidate or the person you have running the country, listen, look, so who says that? Chad, that was real good, Chad, because I'm expounding on that. I'm missing a lot of comments. Chad, listen, this is what I'm saying. It's like your company. So, Chad, your boss don't matter. It doesn't matter who our boss is. Yes, it does matter who your boss is. America is a corporation. So the president is the president of the corporation, actually almost like the CEO or the chairman. So it doesn't matter who your boss is or who runs the business. Yeah, it matters. It actually matters a lot. It just, we think that it won't change anything because it's just the way that you look at it. I'm sorry about that. So Mike Farrell says, I like how they send trillions to Ukraine, but let the Supreme Court tell them they can't pay student debt. Hey, Mike, I mean, I know that doesn't sound, you know what I'm saying? But like spending the money to Ukraine isn't about Ukraine. That's all about Russia and Putin, and telling Putin that we're not going to allow him to bully his way around Europe like he did in the past, or Asia. BC Well says, but that's lies, though. I'm not sure what you're talking about. KT, what's up? KT says 100 facts. Adam says Trump 2024. Minister Society says Harris is a clown. She has no lead. Yes, sir. That's your opinion. Your mom says can't wait for tonight. Mike Farrell says, Chad, voting for Biden drove your prices up 35% minimum in all areas. Voting matters. Yes, it does matter. But Mike Farrell, are those prices still up or have they lowered? That's just my question. You know what I'm saying? Amy Ballard says the only chaos Trump caused was from the media. I wasn't a Trump supporter in 2016, but he had great policies and changed my mind. Miss Amy, Trump did cause more chaos than from the media. Like, just to be fair, he really did cause more chaos than the media. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying the media didn't add to it, but just as the media added to it, Trump added to it too. Guys, we at the top of the hour. For the stream at least. So guys, I'm gonna go over the topic tonight. We're talking about the debate. So real quick, the guys, polling, the ABC Ipsos polls has Harris up by 5 points. The USA Today Suffolk poll has Harris up by 5 points as well. The Rasmussen and the New York Times polls has Trump up by 2 points. You guys hear that? New York Times poll says Trump is up by 2 points. Guys, I'm not lying to you. You feel what I'm saying? You guys got to listen to that. The Real Clear polling average, this is the best snapshot of it. That means that they take all the polls together and they come up with an average. And the national average, according to Real Clear Politics, Harris is up 49-47. And the battleground states is business as usual. Pennsylvania, the deciding state, and it is 47.6 to 47.6. You guys were here in the beginning of the stream. So if Pennsylvania is deciding this election and it's 47.6 and that's to 47.6, critical thinking, it really doesn't take it. Logic, it really doesn't take it. If 2016, Trump outperformed the polls. In 2020, if Trump outperforms the polls, in Pennsylvania, if it says it's 47.6 to 40.6, and if Trump outperforms the polls, what does that mean? That means that he will win Pennsylvania. He wins Pennsylvania. He's the 47th president of the United States. So the Democrats should be highly concerned right now. Donald Trump has consistently outperformed the polls by margins of as large as 9 points, like he did in Wisconsin in 2020. If we consider the 2016 and the 2020 elections, in my personal opinion, Donald Trump would pull a ever so close victory if the election was held today. That's facts. In the battleground states, it's the same story. With Harris's largest lead and the average of polls is in Michigan. And in Michigan, her largest lead, she leads Trump by less than 2 points and 48.3 to 47.1%. I don't understand what's going on with Michigan because the three states she needs to win, Pennsylvania, Michigan, and Wisconsin, Michigan is the bluest of those three states. All three of them have Democratic governors. You see what I'm saying? But them polls are razor thin. And that razor thin, that's saying in the margin of error, but Trump is outperforming the polls. It doesn't matter if it's saying Harris by a point. Those of us who know how to read them polls, if the election was held today, she hasn't made it yet. Trump will win that election. So, guys, here's my prediction. And if you guys are going to be with me, you guys are going to stick with me, you guys hold me to this. I predict that Harris would need at least a 7-point lead in those polls nationally to pull this off, okay? The race is way too close. And if you look at polling history and polling data, that bodes very well for Mr. Trump on election night. I think VP Harris's political future, her whole political future, might hinge on this debate tonight. I really do. Thing is, people know what to expect from Donald Trump, not so much for VP Harris. Tell me where I'm wrong at. You guys, tell me where I'm wrong. We know what to expect from Donald Trump, not so much from the vice president, okay? If Harris makes any major errors or underperforms like Biden did, There's nobody else you could pull in to substitute. You don't get no more substitutions. If she don't bring it tonight, in my opinion, you see what I'm saying? I think that she will get a negative first impression from that voting bloc that doesn't want to vote for Trump, but doesn't know enough about Harris to vote for her. She needs to do really well tonight, really well. You see what I'm saying? Those people in her campaign, if they care about her, they're not going to just feed her a bunch of numbers to feed her ego. We need to get down to it, bro. Get down to it. Because how it looks right now, it don't look good right now. So keys to victory, guys. I came up with keys to victory, guys. I'm sorry I'm not screen sharing right now. If I could put this in you guys' face, it would be better. But I hope you guys, while y'all working or doing whatever, you guys listening to me. I wrote down 3 keys for victory for each candidate. So for Harris, this is her keys. I feel like before I wrote this, I feel like the reason why I would say that besides Trump's trickle-down economic policies, the reason why I wouldn't just completely vote for him is because I'm a little hesitant or I'm a little scared that it's going to be chaotic like it was at the end of his presidency last time. Now, if you're looking at soccer moms, you're looking at women who are upset about abortion, you're looking at certain blocks of the voting segment, you know what I'm saying, a lot of Nikki Haley supporters, like they're like maybe Republican, or they're moderate Democrats, or they're center Democrats, they're Reagan Democrats. You know what I'm saying? They kind of on the fence. You know what I'm saying? They're on the fence about Donald Trump. They like, man, I don't know if I want to vote for Harris, but like I remember last time dude was in office, it wasn't good. So look, Harris keys to victory. I took that into account. 3 keys I gave her. Number 1, she needs to get him angry, and she needs to get him angry often. And she can't get him angry coming across like, you know what I'm saying, a mean person or a jerk. She needs to get him angry off the words, trigger him. She needs to do that. She needs to do that often while staying focused. I think the goal is to paint Trump as an angry, untrustable madman. She has to do that. You see what I'm saying? That's not what Trump supporters. That's what undecided voters. You see what I'm saying? Undecided voters who are unsure, which way should we go? Should we go towards another Trump presidency, which might end in chaos? You know what I'm saying? Or should we go towards Harris? So she needs to paint him, get him upset, paint him as a madman. Okay, Harris needs to come across as likable. That's very important. She should continue to be the joy candidate. I don't think that hurts her at all. And last but not least, Harris needs to come across as knowledgeable and strong on the issues. This is very important. Because people who do not know her, they're going to see her in this forum tonight, debate tonight, ABC, 9 p.m. Eastern. They're going to see her in this forum, and they're going to see her standing right next to Donald Trump. She needs to look presidential because it don't matter what he says, what he does, how goofy he looks. None of that matters. He's going to keep that support he has. He looked goofy before, and the voters still love how he did on the economy. He's going to keep his support. That's what I'm saying. So she needs to come across looking presidential. Am I right or wrong, guys? Get in the chat. Let me know. I'm finna start reading, guys. I'm finna read your comments in just a second. Listen, Trump has already coined her as Crazy Kamala, saying that she failed her bar exam. So she doesn't need to play into that strategy at all. Because he's going to pick at her. He's going to pick at those things. He's skilled at doing that. He's skilled at destroying people's reputations. He's very good at that. Very good. So it's very important that she comes across as knowledgeable and strong on the issues. Very, very important. Those are my 3 keys for her victory. She needs to get him angry. She needs to come across as likable and come across as knowledgeable and strong on the issues. What I think is, hold up, guys, I'm going to get to Trump's keys to victory in just a second. What I think is, I think those moderators are going to ask her tough questions, things that we might have been thinking, but no one has gotten the chance to ask her yet. That's what the Republicans been complaining about. You see what I'm saying? To see how she responds to that. If she responds well to those kind of questions while dealing with Trump well, it's a tall order, man. It's a real tall order. But if she responds well to those questions and she deals with Trump's well, I think she'll have a good night. If not, maybe not so much. Here's Trump's keys to victories. Don't fall for the okie doke. Mr. Trump, do not fall for the okie doke, sir. Because Harris is gonna be bringing it. She's gonna attempt to get you rattled. You need to stay poised and stay on message. Politely press her on the record. Don't be condescending, especially in an election when abortion is a big issue and all those women are watching. Don't come across as condescending. He's capable of not doing that, okay? Although she is vice president, Trump has been elected president before. Trump needs to make her appear as though she's not ready to lead. He needs to keep putting uncertainty in the voters' mind. Because if the voters go to the voting booth, and they're unsure about who to vote for, I'm saying they know Donald Trump, but they don't know her. So if I have to pick a commander-in-chief, we know what we're getting with this guy, not so much with her. Like, who would you bet that they would pick more than likely? Okay? And stay focused on the issue. This is the Achilles heel of Mr. Trump. If he stays on the issue, I believe he will have a very good night. Okay, and I'm saying what I've said before. From watching the polls in which Harris first coming into the race, slightly trailing Mr. Trump, to taking a lead, to watching the polls tighten back up, I think the weight of the world is on VP Harris tonight to significantly outperform and outmaneuver former President Donald Trump due to the momentum of the race swinging back in his favor. You guys do not believe the momentum is, go look. If you guys don't believe the momentum has shifted, go look. Because I just did a stream. What was that? Kelly, what was that? Like late last week? I did a stream and all the Republicans was mad because I said she was up by 4 points. Well, if you look at the polls now, it's only 2 points. Them same polls only say 2 points. And he outperforms the polls. So that's not looking good. So on the economy, this is in August. According to the Financial Times University of Michigan poll that was conducted in August, 42% of the electorate say they're financially better off under a second Trump presidency, compared to only 33% who say the same about Harris. The recent Gallup data shows that 33% of Americans view economic issues as the most important problem facing the U.S. right now. I would imagine most of the Trump supporters in this stream do, because when you talk to them, they all talk about pocketbook issues. Americans are facing rising costs with rent and electricity being up nearly 10% or more since June 2022. And car insurance rates have surged nearly 40%, according to the U.S. Labor Department. And that makes a big difference in voters who care about those pocketbook issues. Guys, that's my take. What you guys think? I'm down in the comments. I see Joy and Peace says Kamala got this. Montgomery County, Maryland. Hey, Joy and Peace. I'm not saying that VP Harris don't have it. I haven't seen you in here before. I hope you guys will like the video. Everyone, please do me a favor right now. If you're in the chat, you haven't done it yet, please like the video. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, I ask that you please subscribe, hit the notification bell, okay? I'll try to read as many chats as I can. Everyone in the comments, I try to read that. Joy and Peace, I've never seen you in here before. I see that you say that VP Harris has this. Joy and Peace, I'm an independent. Me personally, if the election was held today, I would vote for VP Harris, but I'm just saying that, like, it's a lot of work needs to be done for me to think, if you had to ask me at this moment, who would win this election. Trump Smith says, Steve Smith, says, Trump speaks like a 7-year-old. Yes, he does. Most definitely. A lot of times he does. But Mr. Steve Smith, that hasn't been able to move the needle. You see what I'm saying? People still support him. So Samuel Smith says 180 people in the chat and only 38 upvotes. Dude, that's the real thing to look at. No, sir. Actually, it's 50 upvotes. I don't even know why I'm commenting to this, Samuel Smith. The real thing to look at is an election that we have coming up. I think that's the main thing. Like whether someone getting likes on a video or you know what I'm saying. Like I don't think that's as consequential as what we're talking about. You see what I'm saying? So Tim Richardson, how you doing, Mr. Tim? You feel what I'm saying? Tim, I think you're gonna like the stream today. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to be objective, you know what I'm saying? So, I'm trying to give Donald Trump like his day. You know what I'm saying? Like tonight, like it's a very, very big night for both candidates. I think more so for Harris. I think she has more to lose. So Jake says when Peraza says when Kamala Harris says change, isn't she talking about fixing shot from the last 4 years? But oh wait, she's literally in office. Jake, she is the vice president. So I mean, she isn't the president. So you can't blame Biden's policies on her. So let's see. JD's couch says, yep, the bar is high for her and it's in the garbage for dump. I think he's talking about Trump. Yeah, the bar is very high for her tonight. She really needs to perform. So Ian Johnson says looking presidential and being presidential are two different things. Yes, it is two different things because Trump has never looked presidential, in my opinion. So Tim says Ghost loves Trump secretly. Tim, that's the whole thing, man. You know what I'm saying about being an independent. On the days where the stream favors VP Harris, you know what I'm saying? I have all y'all Trump supporters in here like attacking me. And today the stream is favoring Trump because the nature of the nature of what's gonna happen tonight favors Trump. Because in my opinion, if Trump bums this debate, all he can do is let Harris widen that lead. But I don't think he's out the race. But I think if Harris bums this debate, I think it's going to affect her worse than it would Trump. So that's why, you know what I'm saying what I'm saying right now. So Devin Robbins says she couldn't outperform herself. I wouldn't be so sure about that, Mr. Robbins. She is a litigator. That woman is very intelligent. I don't care what no one says. She's a skilled debater. What you need to do is you need to go in and go to YouTube and put Senator Harris, when she was a senator, how she used to grill people when she was in Congress, bro. I think she's going to do a lot better than a lot of people think. DG, I don't think that I read one of his comments. He said, ditto, Samuel. Then Biden came in and took it back. A letter came about being overpaid and we were billed for paying ourselves back. Steve Smith says they think snakes talk pretty slow. Yvette Bell says that is dual harassment. Best GTAV players, most money said, read this ghostwriter. I just did it, sir. So Steve Smith says logic is hated by Christians, though. I don't understand why. You know what I'm saying? If they don't like logic, there's really nothing I could say about that. I'm a Christian and I love logic. You know what I'm saying? To me, logic is the way that you can map any situation together. If you use logic, it don't matter how critical that situation is. In my opinion, logic gives you a roadmap to almost anything. So let me see. Let me go back down. See what you guys are saying. I'm trying to get as many of you guys who are in the chat, and if you guys are sticking in the chat and you guys are continuing to comment, I'm trying to read all you guys' comments. So is that Rachel or Rochelle says Kamala is brainwashed? You are very much entitled to your opinion. Tim, I can't read that comment. Pistol P says, I think if Trump, I'm not sure what that means. Mr. DBLM says he got nothing done. Like, who you mean, Joe Biden or Donald Trump? You know what I'm saying? Mr. DBLM, if you're still in the chat, I would love to hear. Space Dweller says, I feel bad for y'all. Kamala's don't know what she doing. You on the wrong side. Well, Space Dweller, if she doesn't know what she's doing right now, right? If she doesn't know what she's doing, won't we see it tonight in the debate? Because they're going to ask her the questions. And Trump's going to poke her. So I believe if she doesn't know what she's doing, I think we're going to see that. So Kelly says we all have differences of opinions, but this is a no bully zone. Thank you, Miss Kelly. So Fall of Mine says you can continue to unalive your babies. Just stop taking it out of my paycheck. I agree with that 1,000%, sir. I don't think that they should continue unaliving babies, but I definitely don't think they should charge someone who doesn't believe in abortion. They should make them help pay for abortion. I think that's wrong. So KT says, double tap the screen to like. Amy Ballard says, so it was her fault. I'm not sure what we're talking about, Mr. Amy. She was tiebreaker on 2 horrible bills. Amy, tell me what those 2 bills were. Tim says, close the border. You could blame her. She was in charge of the border. Joy and Peace says, I just happened to come across your channel. Keep up the good job. Thank you, ma'am. I really appreciate that so much. That means a lot to me. So let me see what the rest of you guys says. The Blackish Cracker. These names. Public speaking is not your strong suit. Okay, my brother, that's your opinion. Windsor Family says, when is the debate, sir? The debate is tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern time. That's 8 p.m. Central. That would be 7 p.m. Mountain time. And I guess what's West Coast time? Whatever that is, it'd be 6 p.m. So it's tonight on ABC. KT says, shake up the algorithm. I'm trying to do that. Joy and Peace says Pence didn't do anything at VP as well. Joy and Peace, it's not her job to set policy. That's the president's job. She is a running mate. She is a running mate. It's not her job to set policy. The presidential touch says, if my tax dollars are paying your salary, then I demand a better quality of something from you because this ain't working. I don't know what that means. So funny how you think anyone ever voted for Harris. Okay, first of all, I feel like, sir, your name alone is very, very inappropriate. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then like you like the comments that you're making too, like I'm not gonna read no more of your comments. You know what I'm saying? I don't do the little children stuff, man. So J-Man says, I like how you pick and choose what comments you read. Then most of the comments for Trump. No, J-Man, put the comments in there. Bro, it's like once I get into the talking points, you see what I'm saying? Like, you know, like I'm just scrolling and I don't want to like, you know what I'm saying? So I apologize about that. I'm not picking and choosing. Like, I'm going to go all the way down, okay? Ricardo says, who is managing her? What you mean, her campaign team? Destin says, since you are voting for Kamala, what do you feel about her policies? What specific policies do you feel are the strongest? Her strongest policies, in my opinion, she has only unveiled her economic policies in detail. You see what I'm saying? But Mr. Dustin, thank you for that comment. If you ask him why I'm voting for VP Harris, it's going to definitely be because of her economic policies. So let's see. I don't want to miss any of you guys' comments, so I'm not trying to pick and choose. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry. So Yvette Bell says she's going to jail. You being a Trump supporter saying something like that, like to me, that's like ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? So Joy and Peace says Kamala is very intelligent. You see how I'm reading all of her comments. Kamala is very intelligent. How can a man that talks like a second grader call this woman intelligent woman dumb? I agree with that 1,000%. Everyone knows that she's intelligent. 1,000%. So I can't pronounce your name. UCK Faye Oye says then she became a DA. Yes, that's true. She is a DA. Jose Ramos says, but you would pipe Kamala. That's very disrespectful, sir. I don't speak like that. I mean, this has absolutely nothing to do with anything like that. This is about somebody running the country. T-Gamer91 says, I see more black men for Trump than I do for Kamala. You got to go all the way across the country, sir. You know, that might just be in your area. Ron B says the only bill she passed was the IRA bill, which sent billions to Ukraine. Me personally, you asking me, bro, I'm for supporting Ukraine. So I don't think I could ever agree with you about something about that. Ricky Martin says, I heard she has COVID. J-Man says, if he don't have to look like a president to get the job done. J-Man, you're absolutely correct. Obviously, the majority of American people feel like you, because if that was the case, why would the race be as close as it is? Okay? That's the problem. People are superficial and only care about superficial things and care about things instead of things like substance. I don't necessarily agree with that. To me, it's not about being superficial. It's about the things that he says and the way that he acts. Listen, bro, I watched Kamala Harris go to Pittsburgh. Okay? You guys are following me. I'm getting back into your comments. I don't want to lose no comments. Michelle Warford and Devin Robbins, that's where I'm at. I'm going to read you guys' comments, and I'm going to try to go straight down. You see what I'm saying? I got 36 more minutes, so I'm going to try to 36 minutes before we get to the top of the last hour. So I'm going to try to get all of you guys' comments, okay? I watched Harris go to a rally in Pittsburgh. Bro, not a rally. I'm sorry. She went to like maybe a coffee shop or something like that. Bro, they got 12-year-old girls that's sitting there waiting for her, crying. I seen a 60, 70-year-old woman that's waiting for her to come in there that's crying. You got to think about that. So it's not just about policies. You see what I'm saying? Like if a president, it is a such thing as a president being able to incite a riot. There's a such thing. There's a such thing about a president being chaotic. All of these things matter. I don't think for the voters care more about the money they have in their pockets to whether or not Donald Trump is a jerk, J-Man. So I agree with you about that. Most of the voters care more about the money that's in their pockets than him being a jerk. But I'm just saying that he can just say and do whatever he wants to, and there's no moral standard for him as president when we hold moral standards on each other. And I'm saying he's the leader of all of us. So yeah, he should be held to a moral standard, in my opinion. Devin Robbins says, you're doing amazing as a public speaker. Don't listen to them. Thank you, sir. Devin, I appreciate it, bro. I hope you liked the video. I hope you subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. I invite all of you guys to do that. But this isn't really about me, guys. This is about us as American voters coming together, having a conversation, a live conversation amongst ourselves about the election. Okay, we're talking about the debate tonight. So I ask all of you guys to please jump down in the comments, let your voice be heard. Michelle Warford says, if you see a pregnant woman doing, what is that, Michelle, methods? That okay? I'm just curious what y'all think. So let's see. Arcadis the Mighty says, joy and peace. You obviously haven't heard her do interviews. I don't think she knows what she's saying. Well, that's going to be put to the test tonight. That really will. And tomorrow morning, I'm going to just give an honest assessment. We're all just come back here tomorrow morning and we just, you know what I'm saying? Robert James says Trump is not a yes man. Robert James, that's why a lot of people are voting for him. So MAGA T Destroyer says, how many miles of wall Trump put up? Hey, not only did he not put up, well, I mean, there is some of the wall was built. You see what I'm saying? But he said that he was going to make Mexico pay for it. Didn't he say that? I'm just, I remember that's one of the first things when I seen him, man. He said, I'm going to build a wall and I'm going to make Mexico pay for it. He couldn't even get the Americans to pay for it. Am I lying? You know what I'm saying? But I'm not hating on him. I don't want so I'm just saying that's real funny though. So Tripwire says Trump 2024. I think I already vets. So what policies would Trump enact to bring down inflation or food costs? Randall Holmes, I have not heard of that. You know what I'm saying? I've heard Harris talk about policies. I hadn't heard Trump's policies on really much but that's just how he is. But people still support him. They have confidence in him. So SIL S says, drill baby drill. How are you doing? Welcome back to the chat. Thank you for joining again this morning. JD's Couch says, I like the policy where she invests in American middle class tax cuts. I do too, JD. I really do. And I think she needs to be strong on that. Out of all those economic policies, she needs to say, hey, listen, small businesses are the backbone of America. Okay. So you got a man who's working hard. He's got kids. He's been talking about going out there and starting a business. Okay. He's saying that he wants to start a business. That's what he's been saying. He's saying that he wants to start a business. Okay. But he's scared to leave his job because he has a family to take care of. I'm going to give you a $50,000 tax cut if you go start that business. I think that'll draw a lot of attention to her, and people who might have been thinking about starting a business say, hey, maybe I should pull the lever for her. I don't know. I just think her economic plan, I like her economic plan. So Tim, I'm sorry, Wesley, is that Verity? Verity says Pence didn't overturn the election. I think that's a win. Yeah, I've always supported Mike Pence. I think he's a stand-up guy. So Tim Richardson said the border and the security of the country matter more. Yeah, the security and the border of the country matters more than economic issues. But I mean, you can't tell everybody that, Tim. You can't tell the man that's starving or the man who, you know what I'm saying, he has certain things in his mind that he wants to accomplish, you know what I'm saying, like an economic issue. So, you know, that's just my opinion, though. So UCK Faye Oye says, so they're telling black women kill their babies, but telling migrants have more. That's crazy. MAGA T Destroyer says, MAGA can't argue my facts, laugh out loud. I don't think they can either on a lot of things, you know what I'm saying? JD's Couch says, I like the policy where she appoints non-activist extremists, SCOTUS judges. I do too. Because me thinking that any judge is a judge, in my opinion, shouldn't be political. The law, to me, there shouldn't be politics in the law. I know politicians write the law, but in my opinion, they should write the law that is for the people or for everyone. So I agree with that 1,000%. So Ron B says, IRA bill, will you please expound? Brooke, how are you doing, ma'am? Thank you for joining the stream. She says, I hate to wish my life away, but I can't wait till 8 o'clock. I'm not sure what that means. Team Thoth says, I wish you well, sir, but I will never vote for Harris. She's one of the reasons why I left California. That's your opinion. You know what I'm saying? Everyone has their opinion. Harper Family Harper says, what is her job as a vice president? Her job is just to serve as almost like an advisor. You know what I'm saying? It's like she's the next in charge if something happens to Joe Biden. But I'm sure she has roles. If you says what's her roles as a vice president, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not sure. I don't know how much he delegated to her, but I'm saying the policies that for America right now, you see what I'm saying? The policies that we're being governed under, you can't blame that on Harris. That's all I'm saying. She's a vice president, just like Pence was a vice president. So Pence, Joe Biden used to be the vice president under Obama. Dick Cheney was the vice president under the second Bush. Do you see what I'm saying? So it's not their policies. They're supposed to be working for the president. You see what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. So Tim Richardson says, Rander, he will bring back the Keystone Pipeline. I don't think it's nothing wrong with that. Nicholas says, Maggot, you haven't stated any facts, just have baked statements. That's your opinion, sir. I'm sorry you feel that way. Hope you have a better morning, sir. Devin Robbins says, attack his name, but the truth is no one actually got to vote for her in the Democratic primary. Why does he care? Devin Robbins, I think that hurt her more. Because if they voted for her in a Democratic primary, at least somebody would have an idea of what she was about or what kind of policy she has. But because no one voted for her, I don't think they really know. So I think that's why a lot of people are still on the fence about her. That's just my opinion. That's why I think she has to perform really well tonight. Ricky Martin says, press 1 if you're living La Villa Loca. JD's Couch says, I like the policy where she invests in single-payer healthcare. I like a lot of her policies, JD. That's just me personally. Like on economic issues, I just like a lot of her policies. Tim says he will close the border. I know that, Tim. That's why he has the support he does have. So let me see. I'm a scroll down some. It looked like new people are coming in the chat. So Starburb says tiebreakers in the Senate. Tiebreakers in the Senate. In my opinion, you talking about Harris tiebreaker in the Senate? Or are you talking about the down ballots that's coming up? Ron B says she was one of the last ones out the room during the major screw-ups in Afghanistan. There's other people that were some of the last ones out the room. There was generals that's some of the last ones out the room. I'm saying, how do we know what the conversations was? That's my question. Cool Ed says Kamala will make America awesome again. Yes, a lot of people believe that, Cool Ed. You know what I'm saying? She has a lot of votes. You know what I'm saying? Whatever for Harris says, I think that's so disrespectful. I'm not even going to say that out loud. It says protect Second Amendment is just one. Would you like the second, third, fourth, or fifth? Okay. Meg says victorious one. Eliminate taxes on Social Security for seniors. I agree with that 10,000%. Victorious one says president of the Senate as vice president. Yes, she was. But I'm saying, like, you're saying like she did like something so terrible that she's not eligible to be president. I haven't seen that. Mr. DBLM26 says her job is to cheerlead her boss' direction. Exactly. Point blank, period. All those policies that Biden made are Biden's policies. You can't make those Harris's policies. Justice says Trump 2024. Respect your opinion. Ados or Kados the Mighty says the second protects all the other amendments. Okay. So MOT Thomas says president of the Senate. Yes, she was. Damian Darkheart says you are exactly right. She has only been VP so far. She isn't responsible for that all that's happened the last 4 years. And if you talking, listen, see, I hate to do this, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm thinking that Harris has the most at stake tonight in the debate. That's just what I'm thinking. So I'm thinking that it's right now before the debate start, it's advantage Trump. If she goes out there and she does a really good job, it's advantage Harris again, okay? But listen, this is what I'm saying. So you guys are trying to blame her for the last 4 years, but yeah, the prices of stuff have went up. And that affects us, but you're saying that the last 4 years is just so rough, it's just so tough. Look at Trump's 4 years. How much better was Trump's 4 years to where you guys could say, like, honestly say that, like, you're trying to tie her to the last to Biden's last 4 years? Like, I'm saying Biden's last 4 years, bro, wasn't as that bad to where, to me, you're going to move a needle because she's tied to Biden's last 4 years. And then on top of that, as a vice president, I just don't think that's a disingenuous conversation to try to connect Harris to Biden's last 4 years. She is not the president, bro. She's the vice president. That's it. She wasn't the commander in chief. So Meg says eliminate taxes on tips for tip-based workers. Trump said this, and then all of a sudden Kamala said it. It's nothing wrong with, like, you know what I'm saying, adopting policies that work. Mr. DBLM says straight up. Clay Ward said Dick Cheney ran the U.S. from his VP spot. Yes, he did. But that wasn't, you got to understand that situation though, Clay. You got to understand who Dick Cheney was and Dick Cheney's personality and who George Bush was, the second George Bush was, and his personality. So yes, Dick Cheney really did. But since you want to bring up Dick Cheney also endorsed Kamala Harris. You know what I'm saying? And he is like a super red Republican from a super red state. So Stargrove, I see your comment. Harper Family Harper says that's awesome. Wow. So let's see. I'm going to scroll down, some guys. I'm not trying to skip your comments. So Justice says, I think you're nice. I appreciate it. I'll try to be as nice as I can. Helen Young says, I'm glad there are more Americans with common sense voting for Trump than Kamala. Laugh out loud. We would be in so much trouble if Kamala got in. They say that about every candidate. I don't think that it's going to be the end of the world unless it really is the end of the world. You know what I'm saying? Arcadas the Mighty says take away the second and all other goes. I don't think she's going to take away the Second Amendment. They've been saying that about every single president. It never happens. You know what I'm saying? I see BB Rodriguez says whatever, I'm not going to pronounce that. He said, I ain't never paid no $9 for Raisin Bran. Yes, I'm not going to. Hey, BB. Hey, BB. Hey, BB. Be honest, my boy. You're not paying no $9 for Raisin Bran, bro. You tripping. David Rogers says, but she's a Democrat. And that's her party's procedure. What are you saying, sir? You keep skipping over the fact that she was over the border. Listen, bro, let me explain something to you guys, okay? So, like, what do you mean over the border? Like a border czar? That's just like an imaginary word. There's no such thing as a border czar. Where's the border czar in the cabinet? So in the presidential cabinet, there's a border czar. Please tell me, inform me, because I don't know it. Just tell me if it is. I don't know it is. You know what I'm saying? I know a Secretary of State. I know a Secretary of Defense. You know what I'm saying? I know someone runs the Treasury Department. I know someone has to run Homeland Security. I know all these different departments they got to run. But y'all saying some border czar. This is what happened. So Joe Biden said, listen, I don't want to shut down the border. I want to do something about immigration, okay? So he said, VP Harris, listen, so she got to come up with some kind of study on why people are migrating from down south and coming into America. That's the border czar. She ain't making no policies. Joe Biden ain't shut the border. Y'all don't understand. In my opinion, Joe Biden is more liberal than VP Harris is coming off across. He's more liberal. You see what I'm saying? But I think tonight it would serve her good to come across strong on the border, besides saying a pathway to citizenship for the 15 million people here. Like, that's okay for a pathway for citizenship for the 15 million people here. But I'm saying the next 4 years, you're not going to let 15 million more people come in, are you? Because I'm saying you got a bunch of kids, women and stuff. You start just picking people out and just throwing them out the country. I'm not for that. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, it's like once they here, bro, unless they're a criminal, them women and kids, they need to stay. You see what I'm saying? But I'm saying, though, like, I mean, you got to come up with some kind of policy to stop all those people from coming over here. And if they're going to, those ABC moderators are going to ask her straight up, Donald Trump's going to be waiting there, waiting to hear what she got to say so he could grill her on that. You see what I'm saying? So, let's see. Joe Bowers says she should stick to talking about buses. I don't understand what you mean, sir. Ron B says, golly, people will vote for Trump. Ron B, that's a matter of opinion. Because how would you define godly? You see what I'm saying? And then if you have that definition of godly, I promise you, all of those people aren't voting for Trump. I'll say the majority of them are voting for Trump, though. But Ron, that's your opinion. Johnny Watts said, that being said, the things we're in charge of, she did a horrible job naming the southern border. Y'all keep on saying that. Y'all continually say that. Y'all continue to say that. I see no evidence of that. Brooke says working on Willie's is the only good job she's ever done. T Gamer says 91 said you're grasping in straws. So UCK Faye Oye says in God we trust. Arcados the Mighty. I'm not gonna read. If y'all call that woman that word, I'm never gonna read that. So you guys saying while I'm skipping over your comments, you calling the woman that word, that is so disrespectful to me. You notice how all the Trump supporters are doing that. He's got y'all doing that. See, y'all gonna make me flip the script on y'all. That's what y'all gonna do. I'm saying for real. Like, what you orange men for Trump? Like imbeciles for Trump. Like dummies for Trump. You see what I'm saying? Like, I mean, that's childish. But you don't see like a lot of Democratic candidates doing that, but Trump does that. So every time you guys get to saying, Trump ain't influenced nothing, he ain't influenced nothing, and you guys are saying HOES for Kamala, that's disrespectful, bro, and it's highly childish. You see what I'm saying? That is childish, bro. It's real childish. I'm sorry, that's just how I feel. And that makes me believe that he's rubbed off on y'all. Because I've never seen discourse like that before Trump got elected in politics, where you just calling a world HOES. So you just calling that woman that. That's disrespectful to me. Dude, listen, I don't care what she does with her sexual life. That has nothing to do with the election or politics or how she runs the country. I don't care about that. Because I think it's so, you are being so dishonest if you're trying to say that Kamala Harris is promiscuous and she running against Trump, bro. Y'all stop that, man. Look who she running against. So he not promiscuous. How many hundreds of millions of dollars the man got sued for sexual assault? But that's all fake though. But Kamala don't have no fake stuff. Like, that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, I don't do that. I don't know what you guys are doing. Like, you got me confused. Like, y'all just want a name call. I'm going to just name call. So you just going to call her names? I'm going to just call her names. Oh, hoes for Kamala. Well, what's Donald Trump? You see what I'm saying? Like, so if you want to call names, call your candidate a name too. That's what I'm saying, bro. I don't like that. Y'all are so disrespectful with that. You disrespecting that woman. What if that was your mama? And somebody saying that too, bro. That's childish. You see what I'm saying? That's immature, bro. So Hot Dog said, we had a policy. It's called the wall. Ha, ha, ha. Yeah, exactly. Brandon Wilson says Second Amendment is for if your government turn and the First Amendment has failed. Yeah, I'm not against the Second Amendment. I never said I was before. I just said that I don't see the purpose of having an AR-15 in the middle of Chicago. That's just my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Just my opinion. Well, if you somewhere in the country or the rural areas in Illinois, yeah, let them have AR-15s. But in the middle, in the city with all those people, no, you don't need long guns. That's just my opinion. Amy Ballard says, try going to another country and stay illegally. Exactly. But Amy, those countries don't have the resources that America has, though, to be able to help people. And then, Amy, like in a lot of countries, they do accept immigrants, actually. So Roseanne Elliott says, I'm with President Trump. How you doing, Miss Roseanne? I've never seen you in here. I'm glad you commented, and I'm glad you are with President Trump. I advise you to put all your opinions down in the chat. I'm trying to read as many as I can. Tim Richardson says she is a criminal, but Tim, I don't see no evidence of that. I see actually the opposite. And so what you going to say about Donald, though, Tim? So Joy and P says, I don't really care if immigrants come to this country as long as they come legally. Thank you for that, Joy. I agree. Everyone should want a better life. That's why they come to America. And that's why America allows them to come in, I guess. But like you say, I agree that they should come legally. We can't take care of 15 million new poor people every 4 years. Fishy Business Co. says, yeah, where was Donald Trump's borders or Obama or Bush's borders? No such thing. I'm not sure what you mean about that, sir. So T Gamer says, who did Secretary Mayorkas take orders from, Biden or Harris? I don't know. You see what I'm saying? Will you provide that? I mean, who did she take? Who did he take orders from? You know? I'm not sure. I don't know if he even takes orders from a president. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being honest with you. I don't know. I'm not going to answer something that I don't know or I don't really have an opinion on. Victorious One says, Donnie Diapers is trying to stay out of prison. That's too funny. Who's Donnie Diapers? You calling that to Trump? You see how that's funny? Because they want to attack Kamala. You know what I'm saying? Like being like childish and immature. Talk about her policies. Calling that woman outside her name like that, bro. I don't like that. To me, that's immature. Like, and ain't nobody talking about Trump. And he should be the one that we should be talking about. Because I don't care if you think he should have got penalized for what he did on January 6th. Now, there's enough about Trump to talk about Trump to be saying that about Harris. That don't make no sense. Your candidate is too flawed to be talking about anybody personally. That's just my opinion. The presidential touch says when the president appointed the border czar and the news reporters call you the border czar, and you call yourself the border czar, then for some weird reason, I'm going to think that weird, huh? I'm going to think that you're the border czar. I like that, the presidential touch. But what I'm saying is, sir, is that you can't blame her for any of Trump's policies. That's just the facts. Look, guys, like, why y'all in here? Tell me who y'all think gonna win a debate tonight. Y'all tell me that and tell me why, please, if you don't mind. Brooke says, I will vote for Trump the third time. Yes, ma'am, Miss Brooke, we know you are. Tim Richardson says, more immoral than Trump. I mean, like, some of her policies are, I would imagine. You know what I'm saying? But saying her personally, I think that that's not fair, Tim. That's just my opinion, brother. You know I respect your opinion. Ron B says, hey, dude, if a family breaks into your house, are you going to let them stay? That's a really good point, Ron. That's a really good point, Ron. But sometimes as Christians, a family doesn't have to break in the house. We just going to open the door. You see what I'm saying? Because that's what Jesus told us to do. So sometimes as a Christian, we'll just open the door and let them come in. But that's a really good point, Ron. Because in most situations, that family break in your house, they can't stay. You got to find somewhere else. So that's a good point on immigration. Ron, I don't support illegal immigration, to be clear. But I'm saying once them 15 million people are here, so to me, you ought to pick and choose the one you deport. Those women and them children, in my opinion, bro, you let them stay. The men, I don't care as much about. I'm sorry, but if they're hardworking men, bro, so you saying we don't need no immigrants at all? We don't need them? I would have to disagree. Johnny Watts says, I am absolutely sure they should be rounded up and deported, women and children included. I disagree with that completely. I hadn't even seen that, Johnny Watts. Thank you for your comment. Johnny Watts, the crazy thing is I'm a litigator, so I support the law 10 million %, 20 million % at all costs. So when you start deporting them, you know what? I'm a very compassionate person. But when you start deporting them, I'm not going to shed no tears. You know why? Because it's the law. The law above everything but God. That's in my mind. The law above country. You know why? Because this country is founded on laws. So the law above everything but God in my mind. But I got a compassionate heart, my brother. So the women and children, no, I would not deport them. That's me personally. I'm sorry. Those are people. They're humans. They have feelings. No, I would not deport them. That's just me personally again. So Johnny Watts says, hold on, let me see. So let me see. I'm sorry, guys. I'll pass it up. I see some people here. Meg says she agrees with Bento. BB says THSBRNDM says, no, we don't. Imagine having to say his name out loud every time. Bento says, can't be a Christian and a Democrat. Bento, can you show me what scripture that is in the Bible? Bento, show me where that is here. What book, chapter, and verse is that in? You know what I'm saying? When they went to Jesus, right, and they went to that, they were trying to trap Jesus. They went to Jesus with that coin. And they said, whose is this? What Jesus told them? Jesus told them, render unto Caesar's what is Caesar's, and render unto God what is God's. Jesus wasn't part of no political movement, brother. So don't tie God into no politics. You render unto Caesar's what's Caesar's, and you render what unto God's what's God. Us as individuals, as Christians, we might vote a certain way, but do not tie my God to politics. Like, that's like saying if you don't vote black, if you're not a Democrat, if you don't vote black. What? Like, he's saying you don't have no individuality about you. You see what I'm saying? And saying that voting Democrat as a Christian, don't tie my God into politics, bro. My God is way bigger than any political party. If Jesus was here, he wouldn't be preaching Donald Trump's doctrine. And I ain't getting, and the reason why I don't say Harris, because you said, Bento, you can't be Christian and vote Democrat. So I'm talking Republican. If Jesus was here, he wouldn't preach Donald Trump's doctrine. He's going to preach God's doctrine. I am of my Father's business, not no worldly presidential politics business. So this is all us and how we feel. God is way above any of this that we're talking about. Understand that. So I'm sorry, y'all, but like, I hate when people do that. Do not tie my God to no politics. Jesus ain't no politician. God ain't no politician. You see what I'm saying? Don't make me preach no sermon. Render unto Caesar's what is Caesar's, and render unto God what is God's. Okay? So Son of Tulsa says, we do need them. We need them to go through the process legally. I agree. We do need them, and we need them to go through legally. But Son of Tulsa, thank you for that comment. So what you going to do? My question is, what you going to do? Are you going to deport them? So let's see. Robin Hood resident said they should. They should what? Deport him? Joy and Peace says Kamala will win tonight. Absolutely, because she is the only one that has a better policy to me. Joy and Peace, I think a lot of people believe that actually. Bill Michaels says, come in legally. I agree with you, sir, 1,000%. I am not disputing y'all about illegal immigration. Kamala, in my opinion, her policies need to be tremendously strong on immigration tonight. That's my opinion. But I'm saying those women and children that are here, bro, I'm not for deporting women and children. Like, for real, bro. Come in legally, you're right. So you're just going to go plucking off the kid. Pew, pew, pew. You're going to, no. Now, the guys, I don't care what you, I'm sorry, you need some of them men to work some of these jobs. So don't take all of them back. But the guys, I don't care what you do with them. But them women and kids, bro, you leave them women and kids where they are. And our poor folks, yeah, I understand that. How about that? I understand that. Tim Richardson says, Mr. Lawyer, I'm sorry, Tim. It's just that, you know what I'm saying? He trying to put Jesus in a box. Jesus checking the Republican box. Jesus is checking the Republican box. Bro, don't put Jesus in your box. That's in your mind. That's in your political party. Don't put Jesus in none of that. That's your stuff. Render unto Caesar what is Caesar's. And you render unto God what is God's. Okay? You don't put Jesus in no Republican party. You putting Trump over Jesus. Not Jesus voting for Trump. You see what I'm saying? Y'all, you don't get crazy with that stuff, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's what makes people like us scared of that. That's like cult stuff. Like that Jimmy Jones. Y'all want me to start it? I am the chosen one. Here go my Kool-Aid. Bro, don't start that. He's just a politician like anybody else, just a politician. Ain't no Christians got to vote for no Republican Party. Show me that in the Bible. Show me the scripture. Don't tell me what your preacher said. Don't tell me what your mama said. Don't tell me what your auntie said. Show me the scripture that says Christians got to vote for a certain party. Because we have examples of that, where Jesus told them that Jesus don't separate himself for these worldly politics. This stuff is of the world. Really, if you want to break it down, as a Christian, we shouldn't be participating in none of this stuff. He said, render unto Caesar's what is Caesar's, and render unto God. Now, if you're a Republican and you're a Christian, say, hey, I'm against abortion, I'm against gay rights, so I'm gonna vote this party. That's your right. But don't try to act like you got some kind of monopoly on God or something, because that's not scripture. That's your opinion. You understand that? So Bill Michaels says, come in legally. I agree. John Justice says, we'll see when she gets in. Don't come to Trump supporters' house for food. when you standing in bread lines. Bro, they say that about every president. Y'all remember when before Obama got elected, they were talking about how Obama and who was that Reverend Wright or whatever, and how Obama was going to destroy the country. Bro, they say that about every president. If she wins, bro, it ain't going to be no difference than it was before. BB Rodriguez says, I'm Catholic. We give in your original homeland, not yours. Oh, you talking about in Rome? Yeah, bro, I love Italy. That's one of my favorite. You know what I'm saying? SBRDM says they want mass deportation, bro. And I'm telling you, that's when the chaos is going to start. That when his day one is going to look just like last term. You're going to get ICE to start plucking out women and kids, bro. And them Democrats going to get mad. People, some Republicans, they not going to like that. And people going to start acting crazy. And that's when you have the chaos going. The women and children, leave them alone. Don't listen to me, former President Trump. If you win that election, them women and children, you need to leave them alone. Because MSNBC, NBC, CNN, all them channels are going to be showing what you're doing with them women and children. A lot of people don't care as long as they got money in their pocket. But you're going to start, I'm telling you, it's going to be, he going to come in the office with that John Wayne mentality, bro, and he going to start a bunch of chaos. Because it's going to be people, listen to me, y'all, who y'all voting for Donald Trump? I ain't going to call no names, you know what I'm saying, out of respect for this general, because I'm not going to make this general be, I think the military is above politics. But I heard a general and he said Donald Trump was a threat to America. I'm not talking about a regular general. I'm talking about a 4-star general. Some of y'all might have heard this. And I heard several of them say this. You see what I'm saying? So you don't want to start upsetting people like that, powerful people like that, because they're going to start plotting against you and it's going to be chaos. And their whole time, he going to get impeached 44 times. That's what I'm saying. So he shouldn't come in the White House like John Wayne from day one. I wouldn't do it, because if you do, it's just going to be a rerun of 2020, 2016. And all that's going to do is hurt us in the end, because we got hurt behind Black Lives Matter. It's businesses that got hurt behind Black Lives Matter. We got hurt behind COVID. Some people got hurt behind COVID. You see what I'm saying? Now, I'm not saying this stuff will happen, but I'm just saying don't rule from a place of chaos, brother. That's all I'm saying, Mr. Trump. Don't rule from a place of chaos. That's all I'm saying. Brooke says, what policy? I'm not sure what we're talking about, Brooke. So Roseanne Elliott says, I was much better when Trump was president. Roseanne, everyone says that. A lot of people says that. Meg says, but she will let them in. I'm not sure about that, Meg. Listen, Meg, Tim Richardson, Tim, you keep talking about illegal immigration. Meg, listen, today's policies, I mean today, I'm not talking about the 15 million people that's got in here the last 4 years. What is the policy the Democrats have today on the border? What is the policy today the Democrats have on the border? Guys, put that on the chat. What is the policy today the Democrats have on the border? Whatever it is today, I'm not talking about before September 10th. I'm talking about September 10th today. What is the Democrats' policy on the border? Whatever that policy is, I think they're going to continue that policy. So John Justice says, dude, where did you get your facts? We go through the same stuff every day, bro. It's like they're on repeat. Harper Family Harper says, Tulsi Gabbard, 2024. So what, she going to be on the ballot? Or she going to be the vice president? He should have picked her or Nikki Haley for his vice president. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. He should have picked her or Nikki Haley for his vice president. And he know he should have. You see what I'm saying? Tim Richardson says, legal law. Tim, I can't argue with that. That is the law. So when they start deporting them, it's really not too much I could say. Meg says, why is she deporting them now? What do you mean, Meg? Son of Tosa says, can we as Americans just go to another country and make it our home? No, we cannot. You know what I'm saying? All you guys, for some reason, y'all want to do a stream on immigration. If we do a stream on immigration, it's going to be just like today. It's going to be Trump leaning. Because I believe as an independent, and some Democrats and the majority of the America do not believe in allowing 15 million illegals to come into America. Joe Biden did that. Joe Biden is no longer on the ballot. So Kelly says Kamala is confident, and so are a lot of Democrats. I feel they don't have to reach that low. I agree with you though, Kelly. But look, so I think the Republicans are confident too. That's my opinion. I think Republicans are extremely confident. But that's just what they do. They just reach low. Mo Willis says, you wrong about Nikki. Why you say that? SBRNDM, my brother, you guys to go. I'm sorry about that. You talking about worshiping the devil? This man that lost his rocker. This man said worshiping the devil. I'm talking about, I don't know what he talking about. Who worshiping the devil? You must be worshiping the devil. Because I ask any of y'all to show me a scripture in the Bible where it says that you gotta vote for a Democrat or a Republican if you're a Christian. Where the scripture at? I ain't asking for your opinion. I don't care about your opinion. Go talk to somebody who care about your opinion. There's plenty of people who will care about your opinion. Talk to them. But I'm saying you come talking to me. I'm not Kool-Aid. Hey, look, y'all know Jim Jones. Y'all go research Jim Jones, bro. Listen, I'm going to get off topic a little bit. Jim Jones was a preacher that convinced people to drink poison in order to go to heaven. Let me say that again. Jim Jones convinced people as a preacher to drink poison, to give their children poison, and told them they're going to go to heaven if they do it. That's what I'm saying. I'm not going to drink your Kool-Aid. You're not convincing me to drink your Kool-Aid, bro. Period. The Bible don't say nothing about a Christian vote for nobody. They came to Jesus with that government stuff, and I'm going to say it one more time for the slow people who don't understand. They came to Jesus with that government stuff, and he said, render unto, if Jesus was here, he's not going to be talking about no president. You know what election Jesus is going to be talking about? He's going to be talking about the kingdom of heaven. Kelly, am I right or wrong? Jesus is talking about his Father's kingdom. Jesus is above any earthly kingdom. God preaches on a heavenly kingdom. Why would he talk about politicians? Huh? Jesus didn't get along with no government figure. He didn't get along with the Roman government or the Jewish government. Am I right or wrong? What are we talking about? So you gotta vote for a Republican. Oh, if you don't vote for a Democrat, then you ain't black. Ha 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 ha. You know what I'm saying? If you don't vote for a Republican, then you're not a Christian. Like this dude, what, bro, you want some more Kool-Aid? Where that Kool-Aid at? You drink this right here, you're going to go to heaven. Give it to your kids to drink the poison. Drink the poison and go to heaven. Drink the poison and go to heaven. That's what I'm talking about. I mean, y'all, look, I'm going to get back to this, but think about this. Think about the amount of control over these people's minds to where he could tell them to drink poison and give it. Man, at least the man could let the kids live. He told them and their children to drink poison to go to heaven. Bro, they would listen to anything that man said. I am the chosen one. That's that cult stuff, bro. If you're not for people to think freely, let them think. That's what God said. Free will. Let them think freely. Let them think freely. If you're trying to control people's minds, then something wrong with you. You don't have to. God don't control people's minds, do we? Why should we? That don't make no sense. Just allow them to choose. It's a choice, bro. Everything in life with God is about a choice. You feel me? That's the bottom line. It's point blank. Now, if you could come to me and say that what they're doing personally, because Trump is doing stuff personally, that's a violation of scripture. Trump is going on stage holding the Bible upside down. That's a satanic symbol, bro. That's what I'm saying. He going out in front of crowds. That could have been an accident. I don't know. He's selling Bibles. What about the scriptures that says that I won't make my father? He is trying to profit off the word of God. That's what he think about your Christian vote. He want to make $1 off your Christian vote. He trying to profit off the words of your God. Of my God. He's trying to profit off of it. So don't tell me about if you vote for a Democrat, you're not a Christian. What book, chapter, and verse is that? We got a book, chapter, and verse? Do we have one? Going once? Going twice? Going 400 times?
If you ain't got a book, chapter, and verse, that's your Kool-Aid. I'm not saying you might be right, but I'm just saying I'm not drinking it. That's all I'm saying. They might have drunk it and they might have went to heaven. Who knows? But I'm saying I'm not drinking that because I don't believe that. And I believe, listen, I'll tell you guys my opinion, but I never try to persuade nobody to do nothing. Because I want you to do what you want to do. Because if you do what you want to do, that's gonna show me where you stand. But if I'm trying to tell you, hey, do this, do this, do this, that person might be doing everything you tell them, and as soon as you turn their back, they're gonna put a knife in your back. You feel what I'm saying? That's why I don't do that. I just let people do and say what they want to do and say, and then that lets me know where they stand, and I know how to deal with it. You feel what I'm saying? So y'all keep on talking about that Republicans voting for, for real. That's nonsense. It's not in the Bible. You feel me? You can't make up your own doctrine and your own scriptures. I'm gonna just make up my scriptures. Oh, if you're a Christian and you don't vote for Donald Trump, you will not go to heaven. Kool-Aid, where the Kool-Aid at? You drink this right here, you're gonna go to heaven. You and your children. Today, we all going to heaven. No, bro. I'm not drinking no Kool-Aid. That's just me personally. I don't drink Kool-Aid. I don't believe in fairy tales and fantasies. You feel me? That's just me. So Jay Holmes says, Meg, so I guess Donald Trump is T.O. strikes out. Spiderface says Donald Trump for president 2024. Let me see. Meg says, why do you mean she just took his policy on immigration? She needs to. Meg, she needs to take his policy on immigration. She needs to. Definitely. Because we can't allow 15 million more people to come in the next 4 years. Real talk. That's just my opinion. Richard Hardiman says they have sanctuary areas they are allowed to go to illegally. Really? But what about Homeland Security? What about ICE? That's the federal government. They could go in any city. That's what I'm saying. If you got illegals in your city and you a sanctuary city, so well, I guess like Homeland Security has to coordinate that with the local police department. But what if they don't coordinate it with the local police department? What if they just go through them? Who gonna stop the feds from coming through picking off anybody on a law? Because the feds got laws to deport them people. They got laws that support them. So say if you're in a sanctuary city, say is Los Angeles one? I'm just imagining. Is New York one? I'm not even sure if the mayor of New York gonna stop ICE this time because he see how bad that's crippling his city. You see what I'm saying? So the Democrats do themselves a favor if they lean over there and they start closing them borders. Or you start like Joe Biden was trying to do or like he did. That's why I asked y'all, what's his current policy? Because I know he changed that policy because that policy going into election year, he was finna get mollywopped. That's just facts. Jay Skywalker says, may the force be with you. Creesaw says Vance was the correct choice. Creesaw, why you say that? What does Vance do to help Trump's agenda at all? What does he do? You see what I'm saying? Because if Trump lose this election, it might have to do something to do with abortion or abortion rights and things like that. So that's what I'm saying. What, you feel me? I'm just trying to figure that out. So let's see. Preston Hunt says, I agree 100%. Tulsi Gabbard or RFK Jr. should have been Trump's vice. 1,000%. I'm saying, who is Vance? We don't know Vance, bro. Ain't nobody knew who Vance was, bro. That dude barely won his election in Ohio. He's not even that popular of a politician. He might be now, but he wasn't at first. You guys who just coming in the stream, I welcome y'all to the Legal Wars podcast. Man, we got about 45 minutes. We supposed to be talking about that debate, but like every day, man, people just jump in the they just jump in the chat and they just give their opinions, man. And I try to read as many people's chats as possible. You guys, y'all just coming in. I advise y'all to jump down in the chat, let your voice be heard, Right now, we got about 188 American voters in here right now, and we just all having a conversation about the election. So if you guys don't mind, will you hit the like button on the stream if you like it, you know what I'm saying? And will you hit the subscribe button and the notification bell? But more important than any of that, I want to hear what you guys got to say about the election. That's the purpose for the Legal Wars podcast at this time. So Robert James says we need to be talking about Congress and Senate, who is in charge on both sides, that will change or stay the same bills they do pass, change our lives. Mr. Robert James, I agree with you 1,000%. Choose Vance another, okay, if you say so, but I think Vance was the worst vice president. Vance was an ego pick. Trump I don't need nobody to help me win this election. I got this, so I'm going to just pick whoever I want, whoever I like, or whoever they telling me to pick. Because, the dude's kind of shaky. He's kind of questionable on his views. He looks like he's kind of on the fringe. You know, he fringy. That's what I call it, fringy. Spiderface 666 says MAGA 2024. This dude, nobody ever likes a Meg, especially if you're Peter. Dude, that name, bro, I have to silence you, man. You got whoever that is, you calling Harris by that name, I don't agree with that. In my opinion, that is the ultimate disrespect. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm saying if you want to come back in this chat, bro, you need to change your name. HOES for Harris. You feel what I'm saying? And you talking about Donald Trump with all the allegations on him, all the things he's been convicted of, and you calling Harris by that name? No. Kane Rock says Candace Odens. I don't know what y'all talking about. So WEERC, the names you guys be having. If your city is a sanctuary city, they shouldn't be deporting anybody. That is a violation of sanction. What are you talking about? I'm not for deporting women and children, but the men though, you know what I'm saying? Some people gonna get deported. If Trump get elected, a lot of them are. It's gonna be chaotic. So Mo Willis says Vance will smoke while sitting in the back. Mo Willis, I got money on that. I can't wait to see that, bro. Vance is too straight edge. He's not like Trump. You see what I'm saying? Trump is you know what I'm saying? He a hard character to have an argument with. We can all agree with that. Vance is a straight edge. He gonna have to practice. And Walt's personality, I think Walt's is a more likable person than Vance. We all can agree on that, right? We can all agree on that. The only thing I heard them bad say about Waltz is saying that he said that he fought in the. Ain't nobody care about that really. But I'm saying he's a likable person. We agree on that, right? So as you viewing the debate, and then Waltz is good with his words. He quick on his feet. He a lot older than Vance, a lot more experienced than Vance. He's been a governor. You think he gonna lose to Vance in the debate? I doubt that seriously. That one right there, I'll take sides. Waltz is not losing to Vance in no debate. I can promise you guys that. MRE says, is this guy for or against Trump? I'm an independent MRE, me personally. You know what I'm saying? I'm an independent, you know what I'm saying? But if the election was held today, I would vote for Harris. Just point blank, period. But that don't mean I'm a trash Trump or I'm a bash Trump. You see what I'm saying? That's where our political discourse need to get in this country. Just because I'm voting for this candidate doesn't mean I'm going to hate this one, or I'm going to call him the orange man, or call him a sexual predator. Why don't their names in YouTube chat come up as sexual predator 2024? Because you want to call Kamala promiscuous, call Trump a sexual predator. The same people that's calling Kamala promiscuous need to be calling Trump a sexual predator. You see what I'm saying? So if you don't want people calling Trump a sexual predator, don't call that woman a whore, bro. That's disrespectful and it's childish. Grow up. Especially if you're a grown person. Grow up, bro. That's childish. So totally awesome panda says the craziest part to me is how everybody agreed a year or two ago that Harris was the most incompetent and worst VP. Now she's your savior. I never agreed that. I never said that. As a matter of fact, when she ran for president that first time against Joe Biden, I thought that she would be a better candidate than Joe Biden. I would have picked her over Joe Biden. Me personally, I favor women politicians. When Hillary first went against Obama, I was favoring Hillary over Obama until I got to know Obama. You see what I'm saying? But I think Kamala, in every way, she could talk better than Joe. She could walk better than Joe. She could do everything better than Joe. I thought from the get-go she was a better candidate than Joe, but I think that, you know what I'm saying, people didn't know her, and she probably wouldn't have won the election. So she ended up being vice president. But when she became vice president, though, people were saying she did a bad job. I'm saying, where's your proof for that? What kind of job did Mike Pence do? I always go back to that. And I'm not hating on Mike Pence. I personally love Mike Pence as a person. I have a lot of respect for Mike Pence. In the face and odds of adversity and pressure, Mike Pence did the right thing. But I'm saying, what did Mike Pence do when he was vice president? Give me a list. What he did. Tell me what he did. What he did as vice president, we don't know, because that's their role. It's the bill, we don't know. That's just my opinion, okay? Red G says, vote for the Baptist and who sings Christian songs. Thank you, Red G, because if we talking about Christian, because the Baptist one and these two, y'all talking about Christians don't vote for Democrats. The one that's, Kamala's a Baptist. Trump is a non-believer. He doesn't go to church. Okay, he could say, "Oh, I'm a Christian, but I ain't never been to church. I ain't never done nothing. I had to ask God for forgiveness for. I'm gonna just hold the Bible up upside down." Or you know what I'm saying? So he ain't got no monopoly on no God vote. He might do for people who gonna drink the Kool-Aid. I ain't never drank the Kool-Aid in my life. At 44 years old, I'm not gonna start. That's just point blank. I'm not hating on nobody who feel how y'all the ones, not y'all, but the ones who in here hating, they are the ones that's hating. They're the manipulators. They're the ones trying to control people. That's not my style. I want you to vote for whoever you feel like voting for. And if you're a Christian that preaches that you have to vote Republican, that's your beliefs. And I never come to where you at and try to dissuade nobody you telling that. That's on you. But I'm saying you could do whatever. When you come over here trying to force your stuff down my throat, you're not forcing nothing down my throat, buddy. I'm not going. I'm not. You're not going to force me to believe what you want to do. When you start getting people to do that, that's how you come up with a Germany, because everyone got to believe what Hitler's saying. Some of them Germans need to be like, no, dude, you're a retard. Some of them German people need to be like that with them, but they weren't. They just, wear that Kool-Aid. I'm almost out of Kool-Aid, y'all. I got to go get some more. They just don't drink that Kool-Aid. You see what I'm saying? So let's see. I'm gonna scroll down to the bottom. Like I like it, guys, how you guys are in the chat and y'all are having conversations with each other, because I'm trying to get to all of you guys' comments if I can. So the penetrator says, "Dude, you have a lot of judgments for claiming to be so Christian." What does that mean? You read the Bible? The Bible's full of judgments. You want to know something? Hold on a second. Let me show you something. You want me to show you something? You said I have a lot of judgments for claiming to be a Christian. You want me to show you something? Well, we're going to preach a sermon this morning, huh? You want me to show you judgments? You want me to show you Christian judgments, right? Look. Hold on a second. Because I'm finna get to it. And I saw a great white throne and him that sat on it, whose face from whose face the earth and the heaven fled away, and there was found no place in them. You want me to keep reading? You want to talk about judgments? This book full of judgments, homeboy. And I'm not judging nobody. I'm just saying, don't tell me that as a Christian, who I got to vote for. When if Jesus was here, Jesus wouldn't be telling you who to vote for. You know who Jesus gonna tell you to vote for? Your creator. That's who he gonna tell you to vote for. Jesus gonna preach the kingdom of God. That's what Jesus is about. His Father's business. Jesus ain't never been in no worldly politics, bro. You feel me? So don't tell me that I have to vote for a Democrat. That's y'all's Kool-Aid. Drink your own poison. Because listen, if I was the devil, you know what I would do? I would get somebody like Donald Trump, but he wouldn't be as like boisterous as Donald Trump. He would be a hardline Republican, but he would be a smooth operator, like a cool dude like Bill Clinton, who could be with Democrats too. And I would just have him like support, and the whole time he could be the Antichrist. And he gonna deceive the whole world. I'm not gonna never be deceived by him. I promise you, I ain't taking no mark. None of that. I don't drink Kool-Aid, bro. That's why I don't do it. But if you guys do, that's fine. If you teaching your people that you have to be vote for, like that don't even make sense. So you telling your people that they have to vote Republican or they won't go to heaven. hey, you go teach your people they got to vote Republican or they won't go to heaven. You want me to expound on this? You don't want me to keep talking, bro. I promise you, you do not want me to keep talking because I expose you. So that's what I'm saying. Whoever you got believing what you got believing, that's cool. Y'all believe that. But you can get people in the chat believing. You're not getting me to believe that. I'm voting for Harris, period. Point blank. Point blank. Okay? Abortion, where VP Harris at? I'll tell it to her face. I believe aborting a baby is wrong. That's my beliefs. That's what I believe. I do not support two gay people getting married. That's what I believe. Harris does. If I sat down and talked to VP Harris, you know what I would tell her? I would be very respectful, but I would tell her the same thing I told you guys, very respectfully. And at the end of the day, if I had to choose between her and the dude that she running against right now, I would vote for Harris. Period. I know a lot of people who are Christians and say they Christians that vote for Harris. All you got to do is raise up out the South. All you got to do is go to a major metropolitan city. You'll have a lot of Baptist preachers that are supporting Harris. A lot of them. A lot of them supported Obama. A lot of them. And you can't say all those people are not Christians. Like, oh, if you don't vote Republican, you going to hell. You feel me, bro? That don't even sound like that. I know that's not in my Bible. So wherever you get that from, you believe that. I'm going to believe only what's in this book. And what's not in this book, in my opinion, that God gave me the liberty to choose with my free will. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm not coming to your hometown or where you at and trying to convince people that you with, that you got to vote a certain. I don't care what y'all do. I could care less. I'm not trying to convince nobody of how I feel. That's what I'm saying. I'll give you my opinion, but I'm going to leave it on you. I don't try to convince people how I feel. Y'all do that. Them crazy though. Like I ain't trying to be like that. But telling somebody that if they don't vote for a Republican, that they're not gonna go to heaven, bro. You borderline now. You slipping. That sound like some slipping stuff. Where my Kool-Aid at? Hold on. I am the chosen one. You see what I'm saying? Because you can't, I'm not the one to come at like that. Like, because I'm just not him, bro. I'm sorry. There's a bunch of people who voting Republican who are not Christians. So there ain't no people that's voting for Democrats that are Christian. Listen how you sound. One Cup, Two Bears says, can't be pro-choice and Christian. Okay, bro, I'm not going to even. They just trying to get me hyped up now, bro. I'm not worried about that. Justice says Trump didn't ban abortion. Trump is fine with abortion, but he wanted to give the choice to the ban or not to the states. In my opinion, that's where it should be. In my opinion. But if you ask me personally, if I had to set a policy, I'm not going to set a policy to where you can murder your baby. I'm not going to do that. But you know what I'm saying? I don't know. But I think it should be to states. It's always a state issue. California is never going to be against that's how you start civil wars and your country's so divided. If those people out there believe what they believe, you can't force them to say that abortion is illegal. They're not going to believe that. I don't believe in forcing my belief on people. That's how me and you different. That's how you and Jesus is different. Jesus said he stood at the door and knocked. He didn't say he stood at the door and then kicked it in. That's not what the scripture says. He says, I stand at the door and knock. He says, if any man opens, if they open. He didn't say, if you don't listen to me, I'm going to come kick the door in and I'm going to force this Kool-Aid down your throat. You have to, man, come on, man. We clowning, bro. Like, and then when you start clowning with God, I mean, you confusing people who don't understand. Like, you confusing them. Don't confuse them. If you're going to preach the gospel, talk about how Jesus gave his life. He shed his blood for people. Don't come in here talking about no Donald Trump with Jesus. Tell them about how he shed his blood on the cross and died for people's sins. Don't talk about no politics. God is not in these politics, bro. That's your thing. Own it. So where Black says you're obviously on. Okay, bro. If you say so. No one who pays their own bills supports this administration. Bro, you are like mental. They're mental. All of Hollywood supports this administration. The vast majority of them. The vast majority of famous rich people supports this administration. They get them elected every year. What are we talking about? So Taylor Swift's on welfare says we're back. Says we're back. You feel me? Because Taylor Swift definitely supports this administration. So John Blatt says no, they aren't. I don't know what you're talking about, brother. EK Life 98. 100% facts. I love how you guys have conversations amongst yourself. I love that. Stephen B says it's a woman's choice. And I'm saying, like, I mean, that's what she says. But in my opinion, the woman's choice is to choose not to have sex, unprotected sex, or sex at all. That's her choice. When that baby is in her stomach, in my opinion, it's God's choice. That's my opinion. God put that baby in her stomach. If you don't believe in God, you don't have to believe in God. But we know that she didn't put that baby in her stomach. She just went out there and had sex. So that's her choice. Should I sleep with 10 dudes in 3 nights? And then when I get pregnant, then I'm like trying to throw away my responsibility. No. That's your decision. Every girl who's of age to have a child, she knows that if you're promiscuous, then you're raising the chances of getting pregnant, spreading diseases and everything. So you giving promiscuous girls a pass to not have to carry their baby. In my opinion, that's what that does. That's just my opinion, though. So Marky Mark says, anyone else notice how all these live streams popped up after Harris started paying people to endorse her? What? Harris paying people to endorse her? Harris didn't give me no money to endorse her, bro. What are you talking about? If you want to believe that, Marky Mark, you feel what I'm saying? All these live streams, I hadn't seen a bunch of live streams like popping up where people talk. Like, I'm just being real with you. Like, I'm talking about, we talk, you could ask the people in here. Kelly, tell them, we talk policy, bro. And when we compare the two policies, bro, I just like Harris's policy better. That's it. She ain't paying me to do no live stream. I promise you. I like her policies better. That's it. Not all her policies. Most of Trump's policies I like better. The economic policies to me are more weightier. So those policies, I like Harris's policies better. And then I like Harris as a person. I think she's a really nice person. That's just my opinion. She seems like a very sweet woman. She's outgoing. She's an attorney. I'm feeling her. Ain't got nothing to do with her skin color. I was feeling Hillary Clinton. I was feeling Nikki Haley. I guess I like all the women politicians. You feel me? Like, What's wrong with that? What's wrong with wanting to see a woman become president? You know what I'm saying? I don't see nothing wrong with that. That's just my opinion, though. So Nunya says, so you like all the illegals, bro. So like I'm in Texas right now. So it's a lot of Hispanics coming to the country. I don't hate on Hispanics. I don't hate on people because like I don't like all the illegals. Listen, I think that I've said this a million times. Like I think illegal immigration is hurting our country. Adding 15 million poor people who don't have jobs, they don't have health care, they don't have a place to stay, they don't yada yada. Adding them to the economy, I think it hurts our economy. It takes away from the American poor. That's my opinion. Once they're here, though, they're here. That's just what I'm saying. You got 15 million people here that aren't supposed to be here. In my opinion, the women and children, leave them alone. So BJ says Harris, 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 Harris. Jake says you wouldn't hold her accountable for her failures. That's why you wouldn't do absolutely. Jake, tell me. It's like y'all guys be trying to get me hyped up. Jake, tell me her failures. That's all I'm saying, Jake. Can you tell me some of her failures to hold her accountable for? Sir, can you please tell me some of her failures that I need to hold her accountable for? Can you please tell me? I don't know no failures. So good luck, bro. Hope our kids could survive. Sir, they say that about every presidential candidate that ever run. They say the same thing about Barack Obama, like, oh, he's going to destroy our country. Ain't none of that happened. Let's see. So Jay says, at Kelly Quinn, and I agree, and I'm a Democrat. Like, I'm sorry, guys, I missed that. You know what I'm saying? So let's see. Justice says Trump didn't ban abortion. Trump is fine with abortion. Okay, I read that. So let me skip down. I don't want to miss nobody. That's why I be going so far back. So Brandon Kelly says, what has she done for anyone that wasn't herself? What? What? Are you serious? Come on, bro. Go read up on it before you come in here saying that, to me at least. So, bro, OFC people in metropolitan or city areas are voting for Harris. Cities are most commonly blue, brother. Yes, they are. Definitely. I don't agree with you. Look who created Planned Parenthood, bro. I'm not arguing with you about that. I'm not supporting like Harris because of abortion, bro. Come on, man. You feel me? David Rogers says justice. That's correct. It's up to the states what people vote for where they live. That makes the most sense. Because if you're not, you're going to have those battles that we had back in the day. We've already been through all of that. You cannot take America and like make America like Iran besides with Christianity. It's not going to work. There's too many people in this country who do not believe in God, bro. You feel me? You cannot take America and do the same thing to America that the Muslims did to Iran. You cannot do that. It's not possible. When Jesus was on the earth, the whole world didn't become Christian. So why you think it's gonna happen now, bro? I think that's like you're dreaming, you're reaching for something that's not gonna happen. This world, listen. Okay, so somebody's putting wow in there. I don't know who that is, but check this out. Whoever's doing that, check this out. I got a question for you. Who is the prince of this world? If you know the Bible, who is the prince of this world? This is his show. God's got a place for us, okay? This is his show. So as a Christian, we're supposed to stand on principle. That's all we do. We tell people about Jesus and we stand on principle. That's it. That's all we do. You can't make people do, you can't force something down someone's throat. That's what they do in Iran. They try to force religion down people's throat. That's not how Jesus is calling them. He's not forcing it down their throat. Don't try to force it down their throat. You're going to fail. I'm just warning you. You see what I'm saying? I'm just warning you. So Meg says, 1 Timothy, do not be hasty in the laying of hands. Hold on. I wanted to read that, Meg. I wanted to see what you said, Meg. What Meg said? Meg, hold up a second. Let me see what she said. Meg, would you? I missed that. I'm missing so many comments. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to read that, Meg. See what you're saying. That scripture, especially. So I'm sorry about that, Meg. So I'm gonna start with Central OCT. I hadn't seen him in here. You just started them, goof. Jay Holmes at Brook must have a woman as a boss. Sounds like a person who doesn't like authority. I mean, it ain't nothing wrong with having a woman as a boss, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. Blaine Lyon says, I feel like this dude is trolling. Okay. If you feel so. THANEC says the border, that's very important. Darnell Dyson says economic scholars have already came out and said Trump's tariff plan will raise costs for every American family by estimated $1,600. But Darnell, they don't want to hear that. They don't care about that. They don't want to hear that. They don't care about it. You know what I'm saying? EF says all her decisions are failures. That's your opinion, sir. Spitfire Sean says, right now, shall we talk about Trump? We can talk about Trump. It started like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, just go back and watch the beginning of the stream, bro. It started like that. You know, I ain't on nobody's side. I want everybody to pick who they want to vote for. You see what I'm saying? Like, you know what you believe. You know what the candidates stand for. I'm not trying to convince you. I ain't got no Kool-Aid for you to drink. You vote for whoever you want to. God gave you that free will. You vote for who you want to. That's where I'm at with it. That's just me. Where you at with it, I respect it. If you don't respect where I'm at with it, that's your problem. Ain't got nothing to do with me. So EK Life 98 says how she wanted to cancel police. I agree with that. To me, that was the craziest thing that I've ever seen them do, in my opinion. Like, I never agree with canceling the police. If you cancel the police, who gonna police the cities? That's crazy, ain't it? So Brooke says no woman has any authority over me. I mean, okay. So somebody says they did. Jaden says Jesus Gonzalez. Okay, leave then. That's what I'm saying too. You know what I'm saying? You trying to come up in here and indoctrinate me? That's not gonna happen, brother. It's not gonna happen. Matt Curtin says, "What are accomplishments of Harris? I dare you to list down." I mean, we go through these in the streams all the time. You see what I'm saying? List down the accomplishments of Trump for me first. You feel me? That's kind of petty. I'm sorry about that. Joy and Peace says, keep the women and children here in America since they are here. I agree with that. I just don't like the optics of you deporting a lot of women and children. I think you're going to get a lot of people mad. That looks chaotic. You see what I'm saying? That's about having wisdom. Like, I understand you having strong immigrant, but I think he'll do better this time because he's seen what happened last time. You know what I'm saying? So I'll give him a chance. Woodback says, I'm judging him because he's voting for an administration that has made my life worse. Bro, it's your choice to vote. You don't get 2 votes, you get 1 vote. Everybody gets 1 vote. You vote for whoever you want to. That's on you. Daniel Hotchkiss says, well, she did sleep her way to the top. That was show proof of that. All of that stuff is mostly rumors, bro. And if she did, what did Donald Trump do to get to the top? That's what I'm trying to tell you. You talking about getting to the top? The dude got allegations and charges on him right now for sexual misconduct. He got charges on him right now for sexual misconduct, and you trying to talk about Harris sleeping her way to the top, man. It's malarkey. Tell me it ain't so, bro. It sounds like nonsense to me, my guy. You trying to call this woman outside her name, saying that she's promiscuous, and look at your candidate. You feel me? Like, you cannot be being for real, bro. You gotta be joking. Gotta be. Nunez says, so you don't care about grown men taking over women's spaces? Yeah, I care about that. I've talked about that plenty of times. I told you guys from the get-go that I don't support none of that stuff. I break with the Democratic Party on all issues concerning and relating to moral issues, conservative issues. Guys, we about coming to the end of the chat, guys. I hate to do this. Like, we got 200 people in here, guys. I appreciate you guys participating. If you guys haven't been in here before, I encourage you to like this video. You guys subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. We probably got about 5 or 10 more minutes, guys. I'm gonna end it right before we're at 3 hours. Right now, we're at about 2 hours and 45 minutes. So we got about 5 more minutes and I'm gonna end it. Okay, so Mark McKinney says, man, this is totally good. I turned off my radio to listen and I saw Meg McKinney. I appreciate it, my brother. How you doing? So John Justice says, you need to listen to the old head. They'll tell you what they dealt with for the last 60 years for the Democratic Party. Y'all had it easy. John, I agree. You know what I'm saying? Chief Williams says George Gage, who was convicted of sexually abusing his stepdaughter in 1999. Gage's conviction was largely based on the testimony of his stepdaughter, despite the fact that she had medical records showing. Your point? Donald Trump was convicted of sexually abusing people too. What's your point? I'm trying to figure what you mean. Well, I'm trying to get to where you're getting at. What's that got to do with a debate or election? Red Hunter says, blank hits the fan. None of these people will ever be seen or heard again. Come on, guys, think harder. I mean, who cares, bro? That's your opinion. You know what I'm saying? Tainted Life says, look up Ivana Trump. Thank you. That's my point. But they'll support a convict who don't pay his taxes and then come in here talking down, condescending on somebody. When you supporting that dude, who you being condescending with? Look who you support for president. That dude has the worst character in the world, but you don't care about that. But you're gonna come in here and be condescending about somebody. This dude, you talking about a sexual predator? You voting for a sexual predator? What are you talking about? These people are confused. They call good evil and evil good, bruh. They are confused. You come in here talking about a sexual predator because you upset because somebody talking about the dude that you vote for is a sexual predator. Convicted. This ain't no hypothetical about him being a sexual predator. That man been convicted of that. That ain't no rumor. That ain't no opinion. That ain't how you feel. That man is a convicted sexual predator. But because you like him, you gonna give him a break or excuse, huh? Moving the goalposts. No integrity, no character, no nothing. Just a bunch of fakeness. That's what this world is nothing like it used to be when I was growing up. I used to hear my mom and them say that all the time. And I was like, man, listen to these old heads talking, man, back in the old day. Listen to these old heads. The world ain't the same. But now at 44, I see it. Even the good people don't have character. The good people say to vote for a sexual predator, and when somebody says something about it, they'll come in here making up a lie, a rumor, or an opinion about somebody being a sexual predator. This dude is convicted of it. He's got charges. He's got a testimony. He's got a record. He's got a history. We heard him say it out his mouth. Hold on a second. Since y'all want to mess with me, right before I let y'all go, hold on a second. I want to do something that I hadn't done before. I want to do something that I hadn't done before, okay? So when all y'all come in here supporting Donald Trump, okay? Because I want to make sure that we know that you done heard this before. You know what I'm saying? I want to make sure that we know that you done heard this before. So let's see, Mr. Trump, Donald Trump saying he will grab a woman by, that don't matter though when he say it though. It don't matter. It don't matter when he say it. It don't matter when he say it. It don't matter when he say it. But you could come in here making up stuff on people that you ain't got no proof of. But when Donald Trump say, it don't matter. They just out to get him. You got an excuse for it, bro. You ain't real. Stand on it. If you against sexual predators, be against the one that you voting for. Let's listen to him. Hold up. Let's listen to him. Make sure I got the volume up loud enough so y'all can hear it. Can y'all let me know if y'all can hear this or not?
Moved on her, and I failed.
Y'all let me know. Can you
I
hear?
did try and fuck her. She was married.
It's huge news there.
No, Nancy. No, this was.
Hold up. I'm going to say the words. The words are on the screen. Hold up. Donald Trump talking about a married woman he wants to have sex with. It's a hot mic situation. He has no idea the mic's still on, okay? Y'all please excuse me for a second. I'm going to pick my phone up so I could get, so y'all.
I worked on her, and I failed. I'll admit it.
Whoa.
I did try and fuck her. She was married.
It's huge.
This man said, I made a move on her and I failed. I did try to F you, whatever, her, and she was married. He knows she married, he married, and he said he made a move on her and tried to have sex with her. Let's listen to the rest of it.
News there.
No, Nancy. No, this was. And I moved on her very heavily. In fact, I took her out furniture shopping.
And I moved on her very heavily. A married woman, and he married, and I took her out furniture shopping. This is the Christian's choice. Hold up, let me finish.
She wanted to get some furniture. I said, I'll show you where they have some nice furniture.
She wanted to get some furniture, and I said, I'll show you where to get some nice furniture. Ha ha. Let's finish.
Furniture. I moved on her like a bitch.
I moved on her like a bitch. Let's finish.
I couldn't get there, and she was married. And all of a sudden, I see her. She's now got the big phony tits and everything. She's tough.
I moved on her, and she was married. And all of a sudden, I see her. She got the big phony TITSs and everything. She totally changed her look. Let's listen to
Totally
her.
changed her look. I gotta use some Tic Tacs just in case I start kissing her.
I'm going to need some Tic Tacs just in case I start kissing her.
You know, I'm automatically attracted to beautiful. I just start kissing them.
I'm automatically attracted to beautiful. I just start kissing them. She married, I'm married. I just started kissing them. Oh, it don't matter. It don't matter. You are a sexual predator. It don't matter. Hold on. It's like a magnet. Just kiss. I can't even wait. Hold up. He finna come back.
Either way. And when you're a star, they let you do it.
And when you're a star, they let you do it. You could do
You
anything.
can do anything.
Whatever you want.
Grab them by the pussy.
Whatever you want. Grab them by the P-U-S-S-Y. How many times you think he done that in his lifetime? You feel me? You want to talk about a sexual predator? For real. Chief Roberts, or wherever you are, I hope you are in here. I'm going to do the stream a little bit longer. I'm sorry, y'all. I had to plug the phone in. You feel me? But hold on a second. Let me get it straight here. We're going to get it straight. Hold on a second, guys. Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. We're gonna have to go through this, y'all, till October the 26th. Excuse me. But hold on. Let me get back to my Chief Roberts. Where my Chief Roberts at? My Chief Roberts guy. Talking about sexual predators. Oh, it don't matter. I just go up to him and just start kissing him. I know she married. I'm married too. It don't matter. I got morals though. It don't matter if it's Donald Trump. That's how y'all disingenuous. Because you're going to support a guy that's convicted as a sexual predator. You'll support him. It don't matter if it's Donald Trump. But you want to dog on the ones that you don't like. Because the fact is you just don't like them. Admit it. You don't like them. Because if one of your sons was convicted as a sex or was called a sex, you wouldn't say nothing about your own child. You wouldn't say nothing about somebody you like. But it's some of the people that you don't like. Oh, you're going to find all the dirt on them. You fake, man. Just own it. You fake. That's fakeness, bro. You feel me? If you got up in here and said, listen, I know Trump isn't the best person in the world. I understand that. But I'm saying if you voting for that dude, man, you can't really be talking about nothing that people are doing that's immoral. That's just my opinion. You can't talk about nothing people doing immoral. I can't wait to hear y'all comments. I want to hear. Hold up. Where the chief at? Where the chief at? Where the chief at? I don't see Chief up in here because I want to hear what Chief talking about. You gonna run when I start telling you the truth. You see what I'm saying? Don't come in here talking like you can't. Look, I'm a kind of person that you can't do that fake stuff with me, bro. You gotta be real. You can't come in here saying something that sound good because I think like on 7 levels. Most people think like 3 levels, maybe 4 levels. I mean, I'm talking about instantly. I'm gonna think it all the way through, bro. It's hard to come in here tricking me and fooling me. That's just what I'm saying. Daniel Hotchkiss, you gotta go. I'm saying, look, why y'all come up in here? Listen, this is what I'm saying. Why y'all come up in here messing with me? But you know the Proud Boys are on YouTube. Y'all go in the Proud Boys and y'all drink all the Kool-Aid y'all want to. The Proud Boys on YouTube. The Proud Boys are on YouTube. You feel me? Go listen to the Proud Boys. Y'all can all be cool. Y'all can all be buddy. The Proud Boys. You feel me? You see how I always end up bashing Trump? Bro, it's his supporter that's bro, I started off the stream trying to be fair and constrictive, but y'all gonna come jump in the chat talking about something about a child molester. This dude, what? I don't even know what you're talking about. I'm thinking in my mind, what is this guy talking about? Why are you putting that in the stream? Your president is the guy that you want to elect president, they don't care about his morals, but they're so moral conscious about everybody else. But look at the guy that they elected president, that they want to be president. Bro, get up out the stream. I'm going to run you out the stream, Chief. Every time you pop up in the stream talking that crazy stuff, I'm going to run you up out of here 10 out of 10 times. Because you got to be factual with what you're saying. The Proud Boys, I don't need to listen to the FBI. Well, go listen to the Proud Boys. They from Canada. Go let Canadians take care of our country. Canadians. Did y'all know that? They Canadians. Donald Trump always talking about the country getting invaded like Chinese, like the Chinese are secretly sneaking in migrants. The country is getting invaded by the Chinese. No, dummy. The country getting invaded by the Canadians. The Proud Boys are Canadians. And you gonna let them come run our politics, Canadians. But you know what it is in Canada, bro, you gonna be hard. I mean, outside the cities in Canada, you ain't really gonna see no black people, bro. They not too fond of Negroes. I'm just being real with you. They not. It's just so funny. And how they love Donald Trump. The great white North. You feel me? Let me keep reading down. I ain't trying to get drawn into this nonsense. This dude has negative testosterone. No, I'm not, trash talker. I'm just responding to stuff people saying. Bro, I'm just sitting here. I done gave Trump the heads up for the first hour and a half. Y'all saying I'm not being fair. I'm trying to be fair. Y'all tell me if I'm lying if y'all been here the whole time. I gave Trump the heads up for the first hour and a half. Ain't no Harris people here saying nothing. And then, bro, I'm keep looking at these comments talking about Kamala Harris calling her a name that I wouldn't want nobody calling my mama or my grandmama or one of my sisters or my niece. You feel me? They calling her a name. Like, what? She promiscuous? So that's how I just got to remind them. Like, who your candidate is? You saying she promiscuous? I don't care who she slept with or what. To me, all that stuff is so stupid and childish. It's childish. I don't care about none of that. But they keep on camel toe Kamala, promiscuous Kamala, but they calling her a derogatory word that I'm not trying to repeat. So I just have to remind them. And then they saying that all Christians got to vote for Donald Trump. Like that's God saying that, or that's in the scripture. You feel me? So I just got to remind you. That's all it is, bro. It ain't nothing negative. I just got to remind them. It's called, where is it, Beach Boys? McLovin. FU2. It's called the Abraham Accords, fool. What? The Republican Party is in the Abraham Accords. What are you talking about, dude? Dakota Holdren says everything. Bowden Johnson says negative testosterone. Sir, I'm sorry about that. I usually ain't like that, man. It's just them Trump supporters. Uninformed liberal gonna cry. Just Scott now. Yeah, at least I ain't going to grab her by the P-U-S-S-Y, Scott. At least I ain't going to grab her by that, Scott. Ema Infidel, BLM, and I think he meant Antifa are my heroes. Okay, yeah, the Proud Boys are mine. Kane Rock said that's what Democrats do. What are you talking about, Kane Rock? I don't know what y'all talking about. Explorer says deport I ain't even gonna read that. I'm not even gonna give you a voice. No need I say, you don't have the factual. Okay. AJ Child says, kid, you right though, AJ. But sometimes you gotta fight fire with fire, AJ. You feel me? VP Harris ain't gonna do it. Joe Biden ain't gonna do it, but I get in the gutter with you, bro. I'm a litigator. That's what I do. I go head to head with you. Let's do it though. You want to do it? Let's do it for 200,000. Head to head. Let's do it. You want to argue me for 200,000? Because I'm not gonna quit. I'm not gonna give up. You feel what I'm saying? Harris is for Canada. Deport Harris back to India. Just disrespectful. They just trolling me right now. What are your views on firearms Second Amendment? I think that we should all be allowed to have our weapons. That's point blank. I don't see no reason for no AR-15s in the cities. I think it's the state's issue. I've never heard a politician say that. Maybe y'all had. I think firearms should be a state issue, should be delegated amongst the community. But her taking our weapons from us, no, I do not agree with that at all. Like I don't think that'll ever happen. She taking handguns from us. No, every Democrat that's finna get elected, they say, oh, they're finna take our guns. It never happens. No need I say it. Say it. You said like 20 things that are straight up TMZ news. Like, bro, I'm sorry. Bro, I'm sorry, bro. Y'all, we about at our time, though. We gonna have to come back in here in the morning. I'm gonna go grab a couple more who I hadn't seen. Couple more. John Doe says 1,000% send her back. Jaden says it will affect the whole world. AJ Child says just because you keep repeating lies doesn't make them real. Red G says as we speak, 2 states are turning blue. I love that. Paul Slice says at Ghostwriter, don't forget to wear your tampon. hey, Paul Slice. I like people like you, bro. You feel what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I'm straight with that. Michael Rose says we have to protect our kids. I don't disagree with that. But what you do is you press the politician on the policies when she get in that place, in that spot. Don't major conservative groups do that already with Democratic presidents? You press them. That's all you do. That don't mean that you're not a Christian if you don't vote for a Republican. That is the craziest if it ain't come from God or the Bible, where'd it come from? You do the math. So guys, Harry Pothead, that's too funny. That's too funny. Well, guys, we done reached 3 hours, man. We had a very eventful stream like we do every single day. Man, it's 142 people that stayed to the end, man. I appreciate every one of y'all. You guys know I love you guys. Even the people that I didn't agree with your opinion, I appreciate you voicing your opinion. That's the thing about America. That's what we have to love about America, that we can freely express our opinions. All I'm saying is we need to do it without calling each other names, without telling people they're going to go to hell if they don't vote for a candidate. That's all I'm saying. Can we do that? It's great that we're able to express our opinions, but can we do it without calling each other's names? That's what I'm trying to do with the Legal Wars podcast. I promise you guys, I'm just trying to promote peace. I'm trying to promote joy. I'm trying to promote love, guys. That being said, I shared you guys my opinion. Tonight is the debate. The debate is at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm sorry. The debate is tonight. It's at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. It is on ABC News. If you guys live in the Central Standard Time, well, like Houston does, well, that's where I'm at. The debate will be at 8 p.m. I encourage everybody to watch it. You guys watch it. You guys take notes. We're going to come back tomorrow. We're going to discuss who you think that won the debate. You guys still in the chat. If you haven't already, I ask that you like this video. I ask you subscribe to the channel. You hit the notification bell. Every day I come live, man, I jump in the chat. We just have a great conversation about the election. Like I said, Miss Kelly, I appreciate you. I always try to do this at the end of the chat. I know a lot of people left, but I'm going to try to do this. Justin Jones, I appreciate you. Tainted Life, I appreciate you. Michael Rowe, Paul Salas, man, you know I appreciate you. You said, I like your attitude, Paul. I like yours, bro. You so funny, bro. So funny, bro. And I like that. I don't mind like people making fun and making jokes, but it's just that derogatory name calling, man. I'm not really with that. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't support them if they was doing it for Trump, but most Harris supporters don't do that. Red G, I appreciate you. Lady Love, I appreciate you. Jeanette Mitchell, I appreciate you, baby. Kelly, you know I appreciate you. Thank you. Let's see who else is in here. Harry, I appreciate you. Tainted Life, Corey Guy, Darnell Dyson, all you guys, I appreciate you guys. I love you guys so much. You know what I'm saying? I thank you guys for the support. Remember, guys, to watch the debate tonight. Be informed. You know what I'm saying? Wherever your opinion is, I'm not trying to change your opinion. Stand on your opinions. I just want to hear your opinions, and we're going to vote, and we're going to pick our 47th president this fall, guys. That being said, I hope all of you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Peace and love be with you guys. Many blessings. I love you guys, and I will see you guys in the morning. Goodbye now.